Bro, fucking huge earthquake! Oh my God, bro! Oh, dude, my whole house. Hold on, bro. Welcome to PHILO. Oh, shit. Hold on. Yeah, bro. Oh, my God, dude. Dude, that was insane. Oh, my gosh, bro. Dude, I'm like shaking. That was dude, that was insane. Holy fuck. Dude, if another, bro. Something fell over. Holy shit. Bro, that was massive. Yeah, LT's calling me. Bro, you feel that?
Bro, what was that? That was like a bomb.
Dude, that was crazy.
That was not an earthquake, dude.
Dude, everything in my house, dude, that was insane.
No, that wasn't an earthquake. That was crazy.
Well, you're live. I'm still on stream. I'm surprised my internet didn't go down.
Dude, that was like an explosion, and then it like rumbled.
Dude, I was tripping. Yeah, San Diego County Estates, California region.
That had to be a 6 something.
Dude, it was a magnitude 6.0. 6.7. Dude, that was insane. Bro, I thought I was getting like, I don't even know what just happened, bro. That was
an attack.
Holy.
Dude, that had to be a bomb. That was not an earthquake. But if you felt it can't be a bomb.
No, bro, that was a fucking massive. Hold on, I'm looking outside. No gas leaks or anything. That was crazy, bro. Holy shit. No, dude, that was terrifying. All right, well, hold on. I need to see. Are you good?
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to go check on the kids.
Yeah, all right, well, just get ready. You might have to dip, man. I don't know.
It's going to be aftershock, so be careful.
Do you just go outside? I don't know what to do in an earthquake.
I went outside.
That's crazy.
All right, bye.
Bye. Dude, that was insanity. Bro, I don't know, aftershock. Dude, that was crazy. I've never felt that. Bro, that's why like I was like laughing and then I was like, oh! Dude! The Twitch got all of that. I wasn't live on YouTube. I was still down. The Twitch got the full reaction of that. I've been in an earthquake, but that was like, dude, that was massive. I'm telling you, bro, that was like weird. Remember I told you the last time I had an earthquake? And I was like, yeah, my house is falling down for sure. Like, we had an earthquake once, and I was, like, upstairs, and it felt like my house was about to fall over. That was insane. Yeah, it was a 6.0, 6.7 in San Diego. Dude, that was wicked, though. No, bro, that was not, like... Okay, well, a little bit of... I have a good PHILO for you guys. That's it. Every time we switch to PHILO, bro... This PHILO switch, it correlates with like Trump headlines. It correlates with a lot of things, bro. Holy crap. I didn't feel aftershock yet, but no, that was aggressive, dude. Bro, that just everything just started shaking. I've never felt it that long. That felt for like, that was like 20 seconds of like violent shaking. And it was just like, brrr, everything in my house was just like shaking. Dude, that was crazy. All right. Yeah, bro, let me play this real quick, and then, yeah, I'll be right back.
What we might see from here, clearly, policy has changed in the last 10 days or so from the White House, pivoted based on whatever it might be that changes minds. The bond market, clearly one of those factors. What about the Federal Reserve? Do you think they are going to react, or they are willing to react if things get worse again from here?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Chris Waller is a pretty good benchmark for all of this. I do think the Fed will be easing policy fairly aggressively. I mean, we could look at last week's inflation data and the cyclical components, which is really what led to a softer than expected CPI or PPI. The markets have been telling us for months that this is more likely to be a negative growth shock than it is an inflation shock. I think the really important point here, Wilf, though, is as we think forward, and what really occurred last week is, and this is something I've been cautioning about for the better part of 2 years, but in particular recently, is that the trade policy could derail the most important policy objective for investors, which is to get government spending on a glide path back to its 50-year median, which is 20.5% of GDP. If we don't stabilize the debt, we will, all of this other stuff will just be, irrelevant. We could have a broader crisis, and that's, I think, a lot of what last week was about. And so there was a bunch of things that happened last week that kind of, slipped underneath the radar, so to speak. First is a technical measure blowing out of swap spreads, which is all about concerns about supply in the Treasury market. We had the Treasury and CBO report that we've run a $1.3 trillion deficit for the first 6 months of the year. And the House signed off on the Senate budget resolution that doesn't require any spending cuts. Now, they assert that they're going to do it, but the administration seems determined to try and partially tax their way out of our big deficit problem. And that never works because it'll slow growth. And the budget deficit, if he does indeed drive us into recession with this confidence shock that Professor Davis is talking about, the budget deficit blows out from 7% to 10% as sort of a standard, expectation of what would happen here. So for me, that's the real issue is this trade agenda derailing the more important, getting our fiscal house in order. My note this week was titled Made in America, and I'm not talking about products. I'm talking about 36 trillion of debt. We have to stabilize that or none of this will work.
Steve, do you get the feeling that if inflation is sticky, then the Fed will sit on its hands, or are they much closer? Were they much closer last week to doing some kind of emergency measures if necessary? That's the Steve Leisman. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, just real quickly to Barry's point, I don't think you can stabilize the debt if you're going to create a recession. No, and I think he would agree with that. It seems like something that would end up dramatically reducing economic growth, would also dramatically reduce receipts to the federal treasury, as well as requiring significant outlays in terms of unemployment benefits and other issues. But I don't think that Waller is speaking for the majority here, to put it in Supreme Court terms. He's saying that he's going to look through. He expects to look through the tariff.
I'm fine, bro. I'm fine. Yeah, I had to go call my girl. I had to tell her what to do just in case it hit again. She's not used to this shit. She don't know English and shit, I had to translate it, Duolingo, and then no, I'm kidding. But dude, that was insane. No, bro, I'm still shaking. Dude, that was insane. That was not normal, bro. Usually when the earthquakes hit, it's it shakes for a little bit, and then that's it. That's all. It just shakes, and then I go, ah, and then it's over. Bro, I went, ah, and then I was like, oh, because it wouldn't stop. Bro, that was insane. Bro, that one was scary. I'm telling you, in the house, it sounded insane, bro. It was like a rumbling. I can't. I've never heard that in my life, bro. I've heard it. I've been in earthquakes before, but that one was the most shocking one, I'd say, in a while. Sam Altman says GPT 4.1 and Mini are now available on the API. There is now a chance of another one, but dude, that was crazy. The alert came on right when it hit. I got the alert too as I was shaking. I'm like, okay, thanks guys. Thanks for that one. Oh man. That's crazy. Bro. I said, holy fuck. Dude, Twitch, you guys got that. I don't know if I could clip it. I don't know. How can I go back on the Twitch? Because I was live on the Twitch still. I was switching over, but yeah, bro, that was insane. There was another one while I was on the phone. I didn't feel, dude, that was I didn't know what to do, bro. I just stood there. It just stopped shaking, and then I was like, what the I was like, no way, that was an earthquake. You didn't feel anything in LA? Thank God. Dude, that was weird. Well, either way, spies work. Oh, they just doubled up the premiums. Oh, I wanted that one. What the fuck? It's not doubled, but they doubled up the ask on one of these. All right, see if that works. We're still waiting for Trump, but welcome to PHILO, ladies and gentlemen. Harvard rejects proposed agreement with Trump. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and guys, how you doing, man? Are you living good? I hope you are. I hope you are. I was just telling the Twitch how happy I was. So don't unsubscribe, okay? Please don't. Please unsubscribe for any reason, but don't unsubscribe because I'm happy. You guys know that's what happens, believe it or not. So at the beginning of this year, when I started making a bunch of changes, and they're like, I'm unsubscribing. I went and I was like, let me check. And I finally looked at what makes people unsubscribe. And believe it or not, every day that we do good, our best days in cult history have the highest amount of unsubscribers. I know. So I think that's a good point to today's PHILO, because I want to talk about you individually. And I hope that you live a good life. I hope you make it a good life. And you have a responsibility to yourself. Okay? As I have one to me. So we are going to talk about God. I'm going to really talk about God today. I've been too hyped with the Spirit, bro. You couldn't tell? I can't get away from God in a good way. He just shook my whole house. And amen. Praise God. But here's the deal. You all paid to be here, okay? Some of you did it because of hype. Some of you did it because of plays. But realistically, if you were here right now at this moment, you paid to listen to Jesus Christ. So I'm not Jesus, but I'm going to talk about him. Thought I should clarify just in case. But here's the deal. If you don't want to listen to it, that's fine. I'm not trying to force anything on you. That's why we kind of make it where you have to pay. You technically have to opt in. So if you don't want to listen, that's cool. I'm not trying to push it on you. All I ask is you're respectful. This isn't an opportunity to question things. We're not here to do a Q&A. I don't want to have a religious debate. That's not what I'm opening up the door to. It is an echo chamber. But again, and that's what I was saying here, is like, you know, if you really think it's an echo chamber, let's just not talk to each other and let's see where we are at the end of the year. Because there's no point in wasting each other's times and arguing. We're going to talk about that today. But point is, you don't want to be a part of it, you don't have to be. But if you get in the way, we will remove you. Very simple. You focus on what you got to focus on. We'll take care of you. Anything else that's not PHILO or stock related, it's going to get banned. So you're either with the PHILO or you're posting stocks. I have the newswire here. So if I miss anything, you'll be able to read along. And that way too, again, if something breaking happens, we could stop what we're doing and get to it. But when it's all said and done, that's it. Oh man, even my dad texted me. Yeah, my dad said, do you feel earthquake? Yes. Hold on, I got to text my dad. He said, did you feel the earthly? I already know what he's asking me. Just became a member. Let's do it, baby. I read it in his translation. I translate it automatically, but he said, "Did you feel earthly?" That was his text to me. Did you feel earthly? I already know. But Chadadonia. I got a good philo. No books today. Again, that's what sucks. Maybe we could get to Chesterton, though. The market is kind of slowing down. But here's the deal. Today, I'm just going to spitball a lot of things. But it's really two things. And it's really one has to do with purpose and aiming the right way. But now, there's something else. This one is from G.K. Chesterton. He was talking about America. G.K. Chesterton has a talk about Broadway. And he explains like how Broadway in America, it's such like a unique image, you know, of all the like, and again, he's talking like entertainment, the world and all of it. And then he's talking about the media and companies and how we portray ourselves. And G.K. Chesterton starts talking about this interesting concept of people promoting themselves. I laugh because he talks about it in this way, and he said, ironically, the modern American has fell victim to this because we believe people's own promotion of themselves. So let me give you an example. Coca-Cola goes on a commercial and says, "We are the world's greatest soda." Altria comes out, makes a commercial, says, "Marlboro Reds are the best cigarette ever." I mean, how many times have you heard Americans say that they are the best in the world based on what they do just locally? You know, let me put it another way. Why do we call it the World Series if it's only teams in the United States? So it's a little funny. That's the whole point. It should this shouldn't not be funny. Like it's kind of hilarious, right? If you really think about it, how many times have you dealt with this in your life? A lot more than you think. Look around. There's people all around saying they're the best at whatever the best is that they do. It's kind of funny. And G.K. Chesterton talks about this, but he says that it weakens your mind. Who would have thought? And he says that the people accept, he says, any person during any society in history, if the king said he was the best, they would laugh because they know he should be biased. If a shipbuilder said, "I make the best ships in the world," well, of course, you're expected to say that. But G.K. Chesterton was talking about Broadway in America, and he's saying, ironically enough, though, Americans deal with this, but we accept it. And he says it has weakened our mind. But why does it weaken what has weakened our mind? Let me ask you that. Why is it when somebody says, when Ford says they make the best car in the world, why does that weaken our mind if we accept it? Yeah. Yes, a million %. Love it. Yes. Fuck yeah. Excuse me. But yeah, you guys, I'm glad. I don't know. Your answers got me happy. Because your answer, you guys, exactly. Because you kind of just take it at face value. You stop questioning. And believe it or not, this is the first point I wanted to share with you guys today. This is what G.K. Chesterton talks about. It's mysticism. And he says that mysticism weakens the mind. And I think this is very accurate. I think there's a lot of things we start viewing them mystically, like they're magical and bigger than what they are. And again, you do it with celebrities, you do it with the stock market, no? I mean, let me ask you this. Why do you believe a guy on the TV who tells you about economics rather than anything else? Serious. There's a little bit more mysticism behind the experts on TV than the ones everywhere else. Again, the big company with the big building that tells you this, there's some mysticism behind all of the, the grand arches and everything else. So think about it. Every time you treat things with mysticism, you kind of start accepting things without thinking about it. No? I guarantee everybody in this room has done that. I think you've all done it in the stock market. I think you were just mesmerized by something. And it went from like rational analysis, evidence, objectivity, to just like, you were like, no, look at this. And then this guy got into this. And then this, and then he got into this. And then now it's like, and then it's going to be like this. And before you know it, the mysticism of all of it, you're just like, whoa, you're enamored by it. But then you stop asking the obvious questions. So it's funny because like we've learned, C.S. Lewis, he's got a lot from G.K. Chesterton. This is from G.K. Chesterton, and I see how it's led to some of C.S. Lewis' stories. But the whole point is, you stop asking the obvious questions whenever you fall for the mysticism. So I think this is very applicable to right now. There's some things that will feel like magic and won't. But above all else, doesn't mean you stop thinking. Anytime you are challenged to stop thinking, ask yourself if there is an element of mysticism at hand. But the point is, mysticism weakens the mind. That's the thing. G.K. Chesterton, you're going to hear this a lot. He talks about mysticism a lot. It's an important thing. It's not a bad thing. Even kind of having fairy tales aren't, sometimes they're bad, sometimes it's good. G.K. Chesterton has a nice, fun take on all of this. But what he says, though, there is, again, the downside of all of it. When you let the mysticism kind of obscure the obvious questions and stop you from thinking and just following, that's when it turns into a problem. Lesotho grants a license to Elon Musk Starlink. Lesotho. Oh, he came right back down. All right. So that's the first part. And now are you ready for your second part of PHILO? I like this one a lot. Are you guys ready for today? This one's a good one. I hope by the end of today, you all figure out who your enemy is. You're like, what? Well, I don't know if it's finding your enemy. I don't know if it's finding your purpose. But Chad, I am here today to tell you your goal in life, at bare minimum, I think God has bigger destinies for all of you. But I think God is going to put you in positions where you are going against things bigger than people. I don't know if you feel me, bro. And what I really want to talk about today is getting distracted into fighting the wrong fight. Oh, yeah, Chadadonia. So long story short, bro, it says in the Bible, so you'll face principalities. Like, bro, you are here for something way bigger, not to argue people. Do you understand that? Again, I argue with people. I'm not innocent. But I hope you're not getting, and even then, I'm even like, yeah, I don't even want to argue with anybody. Even if I have argued with them, I'm not going to even let them get to a serious argument. And what I mean by that is stop letting these things affect you. Both sides. So if you think I'm just talking to the people where people are like disagreeing with you and arguing, no. This philo could actually go to the people who argue with me and I've argued with them. Everybody. Because the whole point is just dealing with people. Why are you getting to the point where there is a thought with somebody else and you have to argue with them about it? You have to be very careful of this. Why? Because before you know it, you are going to spend all of your time fighting people rather than fighting the path that you're on. We all have a goal and a destiny, and we all got a journey. But what happens if you took your time off to fight something else? Ta-da! But this is a big thing. And I heard this was a C.S. Lewis on it, and it was tied into some of the G.K. Chesterton one, but it was just going over this idea of again, bigger missions and silence, and how silence is used both good and bad. But the main objective of all of it was to put your efforts and time to the right places. If you guys haven't noticed something I've been telling you all year, it's been this. For real. What are you doing with your time? Use it. Literally, get a side hustle. Find a way. Make money while you're listening to the stream. Apply yourself. What is the point of being here if you're not going to make the most of it? Why do you want to be here? What is the goal? If you're telling me my goal, I need to accomplish this, I need to get a house, is it being reflected by what you're doing? But again, I mean, ask yourself, where does fighting with people fit into all of it? I mean, let me ask you this. Does any of your financial goals, is it necessary to argue with people? No? So for real, I need you to think about this. Because like I'm saying, I hope this for everybody. This philo is not for anybody. You should pray for discernment. And like I'm saying, I don't care if we've argued before or we never argued. I don't care if the people are here or not. It doesn't matter. Because I know everybody has had some level of universal experience with this. And this is virtuous advice to anybody. Because I'm going to just tell you right now, if the devil can't get you to sin, and if he can't get you to fall for the typical traps, he's just going to get you into arguments all day trying to defend yourself. Ta-da! If he can't get you to take the wrong step, he gonna get you to just choose the wrong fight. So that's my question. That's what I'm saying. By the end of this, I really hope you could ask yourself, are you fighting the right fight? Is what you are putting, your thoughts, emotions, your words, everything, are you fighting the right fight or not? Or these bad, think about it. What's something we all deal with? I'm tired. Yes or no? We all have to deal with being tired. You know why? Because we eat food and we drink water and we go to bed. To some degree, energy and how we use our energy and being rested, we all deal with it. It comes up almost every single day at some point. So yeah, think about that now. Because this is part of it. Like I've been telling you, don't wear yourself out trying to get rich, right? Oh, yeah. That sound familiar? I could only imagine if you're wearing yourself out trying to get rich and wearing yourself out either arguing or defending. Wow. Now what's going to happen? If you're telling me, or if you feel like, man, finding energy is hard, how much time and energy are you spend on battles that have no relevance to your journey? So that's the topic of this. We're going to talk about it a little bit more, but this is a big deal, man. You guys got to start picking the right fights. I don't know if you ever thought about it like that. Not everything is going to be good for you. Like I said, even all these PHILOs, not everyone's going to be good for you. But again, this journey, the market, the volatility, things are going crazy. Nobody knows what's happening. Do you see how this is going to be utmost critical? You need to know which fight to pick. You either have that plan now, and I would think about it now, because what are you going to do when the voices and the noise gets louder? If you already thought it was loud now, what do you think is going to happen? If people can't even come to a conclusion now and have this hubris, what do you think is going to happen when it gets harder? So I'm going to just tell you one little fact. This is a C.S. Lewis quote. These are two C.S. Lewis quotes, actually. He says, not every battle is yours to fight. And not every person deserves your explanation. That is number one. Why is it number one? Because some of you are not wasting your time arguing. You're not. Good for you. But you are wasting your time trying to explain yourself. Don't waste your time on people that deserve your silence. It's another C.S. Lewis quote. But this is very important. Why? Think about it. This isn't just so, okay, I don't talk to these people. I pick my battle. No, bro, do you get it? Emotions. Your mind. Bro, how many of you are getting the wrong train of thought just because you tried to explain yourself to somebody? So, respectfully, a dumb mother effer who ain't even understand you insisted on an explanation that you were not required to give, and you took it upon yourself to defend and explain yourself, not even arguing, just to explain it. Because now, whatever level of insecurity, you fed it now, but now you have to deal with this weird question and second guessing yourself. Why? 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 All because you went out of your way to try to explain yourself to somebody. Wow. That's what he talks about. That's why these quotes are aggressive. And I know it sounds, you're like, what do you mean everyone deserves your silence? It's not everyone. Not every battle is yours to fight. Not everybody deserves your explanation. Don't waste your words on people that deserve your silence. I think the problem is that we have taken these words too lightly. That's the problem. Because I didn't say all, but when you look at it, how come every opportunity to explain yourself or defend yourself, you're taking it? We live in a world where if somebody just yells something out loud that challenges you, oh, well, let me explain this now. Well, that wasn't directed at me, but let me know. Why? Doesn't make sense. So that's why, I mean, you got to think about it. There was a very, very, like, you look at the example of Jesus Christ. They called him a lot of things. They didn't he wasn't explaining himself. This is what I'm saying, though. I think some of y'all, you're like, well, why don't you want to hear an explanation? I need you guys to realize, are you letting your explanations manipulate you? Yes or no? Why? Because most of the time, if you listen to a demon, that's what it does. I'm laughing because do you know every time in the Bible that Jesus encounters these like demons, he just shuts them up. He doesn't listen to them. He does not give them a room and say, well, what do you think, so you can manipulate the situation with your words. And since I'm so eager to defend myself, I will probably be eager to be manipulated. Literally. Every time. Jesus, 40 days before, he rebukes them. The pigs rebukes him. He doesn't talk to them. Again, they say, you're a demon, you're this. Jesus doesn't explain himself. Pilate looks at him and asks him all these questions. Jesus just stares at him. Again, some things he did explain. The point is, all I'm saying is discretion. My brother, if you have gone this far in your life without asking yourself, is this battle mine? Should I fight this battle? I think now might be the time to start asking that. No? This isn't going to hurt you. All of you. I don't care what you believe. From this day forward, every time you get a potential argument, a question, anything, and you say, is this battle for me or not? Is this my fight to explain or not? If you haven't been doing that, you might want to start. Because what is it going to, I don't think this is going to cost you. I think best case scenario, you save your energy, you save your emotions for the things that really matter. You don't have to waste your energy defending things and defending the wrong battle. Like I'm saying, bro, I think some of you, we talk about all the things of the flesh and this and that. Guess what? Some of you, I don't think it hits you the same. I think some of you, your walk is a lot better in one area. But the other area is that you have to explain everything to everybody. I don't think the devil could get some of you to sin, but he definitely can get you to fight the wrong battle. Again, that's why. Let me ask you this. If you have any ongoing arguments with somebody, why? Do you see what I'm saying? If you're like, oh yeah, I've been arguing with this guy, my friend, why? Like I love my sister. I just try not to argue with her. I'll tell her what I mean, what I say, that's it. I'm not going to argue. Again, do you have friends that if you're in the middle of an argument, why? I don't get it. Do you see what I'm saying? God bless you. Because that means you must be handling other things where if you have that much luxury to just argue, and you're like, that's my battle now to convince this person who never would have believed anyways. It's my battle now to convince them about the stock market, money, God, whatever fill in the blank. Huh? It's very difficult. Like, let me put it this way, guys. Do you realize? Do you know who wants to talk to you? There's one entity that loves talking and loves when you explain yourself. Do you know what entity that is? Yeah. A demon, bro. Not God. God already knows everything. You don't need to explain yourself to somebody who knows everything. Wouldn't you agree? Otherwise, they don't know everything. A demon. Only a demon wants you to keep talking. A demon is equivalent to getting pulled over and then answering every question. Now, that's a different analogy, but the whole do you not realize only a demon wants you to talk yourself into a pit of trouble? Because once you start trying to explain yourself, have you not had this happen? I've had it happen all the time. I say something. I'll be like, I like boys. And they're like, you like boys, Josh? I'll be like, no. I like all the boys with the law term who know. Oh, so you like boys in stock? I'm like, no. I meant like in love. And they're like, oh, so you're this. And then before you know it, what happens? It just sounds worse and worse and worse. Have you never had that happen? I've had it happen. I think you guys have seen me. You guys have done it to me. What the fuck? No? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's a great example. Because that's what happens when you start explaining yourself. Do you not get it? That's why when something even just sounds wrong at first and you're like, by the time you try to explain yourself, before you know it, you're just going to dig yourself a hole. Guess what? Same thing with life, and a demon is very well aware of this. I hope you know that. Do you think a demon is asking you that question not knowing he's just trapping you? That's the whole point. They're like, oh yeah, explain it. And they're like, watch this. All right, yeah, wait. Oh yeah, explain it to me. And then they're just waiting. Because then you're going to set your own trap. Oh, y'all don't feel me. Do you get it? That's the whole point of explaining yourself. You're setting your own trap. That's all you're doing. My brother, explain it to yourself, explain it to God. There are certain people in your life that require an explanation. I don't disagree with that. Do you get what I'm saying? You do have to explain yourself to some people. But the point I'm trying to make clear here today, you do not have to share it with everybody. Do you get what I'm saying? Your wife, your family, your people you're really close to, the people that you know align with you on spirituality. Because I don't know why some of you, even then, you're trying to explain things to your friends who don't even have dreams at night, damn it. Like, what are you? I'm confused. But you got to really think about that. It's every battle. And some of you are taking on every battle. What if you're an evangelist? I would never have met you on Stock Market Live then. And what are you still doing here? If you really are an evangelist, get out of the stock market. Go to Africa. That's it. I think my dad is in another country right now. That's what a real evangelist would do. So if that's, and again, I think you might be don't explain it. But the whole point is, man, you don't need to explain every battle. And every person is not required to have this little battle and justification, and it's a waste of time. And I'm saying this so not only can you guys become more effective, but also so you get less doubt. Have you guys not asked yourself where this doubt comes from? My brother, do you think all those little voices in your head telling you can't do this or don't do that? Oh, you look like a dummy. Oh, you look like an idiot. No, they're not. Where does that come from? You think that just showed up naturally? You don't think that's a result of all of these dumbass fucking brainstorming sessions of overthinking and not thinking about the goal and then bringing up all these things and thinking about that? And every time you had to explain yourself, and then every time you had to explain yourself, and then it didn't sound good. You don't think that's fueling a lot of that doubt in there? Interesting. Yeah, SPY popping up a little. No headlines. Philip Morris in value and Staples been going up. So think about that. This is a lot of this whole concept. You open up your door to explaining all the time. Again, if you are not choosing your battles, like specifically, yeah, you got the armor, but you can't fight every battle, dog. You don't have enough energy for that. You know what I'm saying? So why are you getting into these battles? And then better yet, why do you have to tell everybody everything? You know that? Do you know the enemy does not need to know everything? The devil asks you why you're saving money, tell him to go figure it out. The devil, that little voice in there, why are you even, if it's going to go figure it out? I don't need to tell you. I know what it is, but I don't need to tell you. You don't get it, I don't need to share that with you. I hope you guys are hearing me. I'm not telling you this is how you speak to random mother effers in the street. I'm saying to that voice in your head. He does not need to know everything. Can I give you another one, though? This does have to do with people. And sadly, I thought about this, and I was like, damn. No, it's facts, though. It's facts. I can't. I wanted to disagree with this. Believe me, my worldly view tells me, nah, this can't be accurate. No, everybody, no. You know, my worldly, like the worldly Josh really fought for this one, but no. Because it makes, and I've seen it. I've just seen it too much. I already know what it's like. I've seen it here. I've seen it outside of here, everywhere. Are you ready? Why do you feel obligated to share things with the spiritually compromised? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. Why do you feel obligated to share things with the spiritually compromised? Why are you going out of your way to get into these philo-ass discussions with people who hate philo? Why? Why do you feel obligated to that? Do you get it? Whatever God wants to bring his way, he'll do it. You're not here to be fighting a bunch of people and arguing with people that will never change their mind. Even worse, why are you trying to share? What do you think is going to happen when you share with non-spiritual people all of your spiritual goals? What do you think they're going to do? Some of you guys are acting so mind-blown and sad. You're like, oh, all of my friends who drink every weekend and they don't care about anything in this world except the flesh and pleasure. When I tell them about all of my, they laugh. What did you think was going to happen? I tried to explain it to them in the long-term plan and they didn't get it. What were you thinking was going to happen? Is it sad? I know it is, bro. I've been there, bro. I try to get every single person I grew up with on board with me. Every single friend I grew up with. My whole life, bro. No matter whether it was stocks, Jesus, it didn't matter. But what do you think is going to happen? That's why I said this one sucks, because I love a lot of people and I've gotten great relationships with people that spiritually are different than me. But I have noticed anytime I come with this energy where I'm like, wow, I love life. I love God. I feel this. I feel God is this. And I tell it to somebody who doesn't have the same view, I walk away discouraged. That's it. It's not that they're bad people. It's not that you can't do this. All I'm saying is I just walk away discouraged. You know why? It's just like, I was excited about something. They weren't as excited. That's it. That's all it is. But I'm just telling you, stop surrounding yourself in these things and then being shocked when you're like, oh, no one's excited. Well, yeah, they don't believe in God. What are you saying, bro? Like, do you get what I don't think you guys realize how rare it is. That's why we went a long way without PHILO being separated. But at the end of the day, those of you who could actually value it, this is rare. You don't have thousands of people you could go up to and say, I like God. I believe in this. Yeah. I was in the shower and I prayed. Oh, and I was in the shower and I prayed and I felt very grateful to be alive. And wow, I'm hopeful and I don't know what's going to happen, but I feel like the harvest is plenty. You tell that to somebody who don't read the book we read, you're not going to feel the same way. They're going to make you feel cuckoo. They're going to try to make you feel how they feel. But stop acting surprised, stop getting sad, and stop putting you in these situations. Go gamble with your gambling friends. You see what go play sports with your friends who play sports. But stop defending yourself and getting into spiritual battles with people who could care less about it. It's only going to hurt you. Nah, I hope y'all see what I'm saying. Everything I am telling you in today's PHILO is for your mental. This is for your mental health. This is so you don't get discouraged. This is so you don't waste your time battling and arguing. This is so you don't get voices of second thoughts and second guessing when it shouldn't be there to begin with. That's what this whole PHILO is about. You could boil it down to the people. You could boil it down to the saying and silence and this and that. But all of it is that. Because all of these reactions, it creates this stuff in our minds. And if you're not thinking about it, you're not choosing your battles. I mean, I think I know what's going to happen. I think a lot of us have dealt with it. I don't think what I'm saying you guys haven't had experience. I think everything I'm saying you have dealt with today. You've watched people say, I'm the best ever, and I created it. It's like, duh, you have to say that. Well, that's you've seen the mysticism. You've seen people picking and not picking battles. You've seen what happens when you share stuff with people and get sad. You've had a clear-cut plan, and it's been working well, and you still doubted yourself and felt bad because of explanations and second-guessing and all of this. This is all just the mental jousting of dealing of this world and then also dealing with people. Because you have to. I'm not telling you don't deal with people. I'm not telling you you should treat people better. I still strive to, even with my shortcomings. But I know I don't have to explain everything to everybody. I don't owe anybody an explanation, neither do you, Chad. That's the beauty about it. Because I don't say this as this is just for me. This is for all of us. I hope I could set you an example. Can I be nicer? I can be nicer. Am I the best example? I am not. But guess what? You want an example? You don't have to explain shit to nobody. Use that one. Because you don't. And I think, like I said, some of you, your problem is not the sin. Amen, bro. Some of you, your problem is not you failing and falling short in some areas. Your problem is mentally. You're getting in these fucked up conversations with people. And then you're reaching, you're like, Josh, my friends. Josh, these people. And I'm like, no, my brother, you're good and God bless you. Some of you have walked a way straighter line of life than I have. May you be rewarded. But my brother, you don't need to explain all that shit to everybody. And I don't mean the good. Explain it to the people who vibe with you. Go ahead. The people who you see on that, but why are you trying to explain your belief still? Why do you have to explain to people what the long term is? Why do you have to justify to your friends why you're saving money? You don't. Save your energy. Save your mentality. Save your money. But you don't need to do any of that. All of those up are battles that you're going to lose. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to warn you all today. That if you get into a battle you don't need to get into, you're going to lose. Do you understand? Ask God, do I need to explain this? God, do I need to justify myself? You see, because you know the whole point of God is that we're justified through him, not through us or what we do. So there's your answer already. But do you see where I'm saying this? You got to ask yourself, is this my battle? God, is this it? Do I need to show? And don't take like, oh, well, God needs to reach these people. God don't need you, bro. You know that? I told you this story. I used to tell that to my dad when I was growing up. I'd want to hang out with shady people. And I would be hanging out with shady people. And my father, my blood father, would tell me, he'd say, son, why are you doing this? And I would say, Dad, I want to reach these people. I want to talk. And it's so funny, bro. Because it hit me like a truck. And it took me a while to accept it. Because imagine my little religious ass dad, right? My Arab ass religious dad. Geez, this guy went to jail for believing what he believed. Looks me in the eye and says, son, God doesn't need you. That's what he told me. He said, what do you mean? He said, so you're going to go hang out with shady people and put yourself in a precarious situation and try to say it's for God or for explanation or however you're going to try to justify. Do you realize God does not need you? God can choose to use you. But you think God's plan on reaching the people hinges on you getting into gambling? You think it hinges on you throwing your life away and hanging out with terrible people? No. Come on. What are you saying? Yeah. I was young when he told me this. That's why I said it. I didn't get it at first. God, everybody. I didn't realize, you know what I'm saying? Just like when I tell some of y'all, chill. Don't wear yourself out, and you just like nod your head, you know, but then you still wear yourself out. It's the same thing with this one, because that's how I felt. I remember it. I knew what he was saying, but I didn't take it back when he told me that. But that's the whole point here, bro. Don't use that as a fake excuse. Oh, well, let me engage in a bad situation because they need me. Humble yourself, dog. God don't need you. What do you mean God needs you to argue with somebody? God needs you. God doesn't need anything. That's why he's God. But again, this is all to protect your mind and your heart. I hope y'all realize that. You have a long way to go, and we got a big journey, and I think some of y'all going to do it. You're going to do some big things. But you don't have the energy to fight every fight. That's not what we're here for. God, honestly, I believe we have rest in our future, man. You get what I'm saying? Oh, y'all don't hear me. I really don't think you do. I just said I think we have rest in our future. You know what that means? That means I don't have to explain everything to everybody. I don't need to get into these battles and explain to so-and-so and get into this and why did you do this? And no, you don't have, rest. These aren't my battles, bro. They're not yours either. You'll know what God has for you. But again, God is going to have you battle principalities. God has something bigger, not people. So keep that in mind, Chad. But like I've been telling you, man. If he can't get you to sin, he'll get you to defend yourself. He'll get you to fight the wrong battle. Distract you into fighting the wrong fight. You got to really start thinking about it. You know, and the final two things is, sadly, I want you to think about it now. Some of you might be getting sad at this. You're either sad because you don't want to let go of it, or two, you're remembering what I'm about to tell you to remember. I know you know what I'm talking about is important. You know why? Because how many people in your life and how much time have you spent on people trying to show them something that they would have never understood? You know damn well they'll never. Not because they lack the ability, but you just know. Why? Because they've showed it to you. Every time, no matter what, it's nothing. It's nothing to them. It's everything to you. It's nothing to them. How many times has this happened in your life? How many hours have you spent on people that would have never moved an inch, even though you put in everything? Yeah. This is the story of life. So, very simple. Stop acting like this is new. Stop acting like you don't know what's going to happen. Stop acting like you have infinite energy, because you don't, myself included. And, you know what it ends in? Show some faith, bro. You know what the best way to show faith is? Just to shut up. You don't think so? I do. How do you want to know I got so much faith in it? I don't need to even talk about it. Silence. You know why? I am very confident that I don't need to defend myself if God is doing it for me. But if I'm trying to defend myself, it doesn't leave room for that. And there you have it, my friends. So take that one to the bank. That is your philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure, guys, are subscribed. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on the video. You're on mobile, press hot chat. X out the chat. Hit the thumbs up button. Fast link for the stream alert. Speed comp and real estate. Bonds did change course on all that. I mean, we went good. We're still waiting for Trump now. No headlines. That was a very quiet PHILO. For real. Low-key, the latest PHILOs, I've stopped the readings just because it's been so intense. But that was a chill one, man. So, not bad. All right. Get him some uncle. Hey, yo, uncle. Oh, that's that picture. Oh, dude, let me see if I can do that earthquake. I haven't felt anything, bro, but that was terrifying. Do you guys realize how scared I was? That was insane. I've never had one like that. Never.
One turn. It's a call, baby. Hey.
It was a 6-7.
Yeah.
I think.
Ask me if I'm holding stocks. Please don't be ridiculous. I was holding shit and buying dips. You were a little kid. All I want is ownership, but I still put a limit in. No matter if you young, you could always use a dividend. Know you want the money. I suggest you do not rush with it. Dias aren't plans. Make sure you don't fall in love with it. You ain't never saved. By the second month, you double it. Trading foreign currencies. I don't need a double on it. I don't need a translator. Nod my head and run with it. Mama always said, never marry, but have fun with it. Mama said that's wrong, but deep down I always fuck with it. If you don't like my plan, do your thing, I wish you luck with it. Why they call me fan, but I don't see them at the holidays. Say that you're a man, but on the internet you talking gay. Go ahead, you could cancel me, but don't act like you ever paid. You look dumb as fuck if only one of us is playing charades. Stop asking what I mean, bitch, that wasn't a parable. Just because they copied me don't mean that we're comparable. You support the phony, that just means your judgment terrible. An iPhone in your hands, you're a narc, that's a wearable. Didn't buy the stock, it was down, right in front of you. Didn't say I lost, my account looked like a W. You don't got the long term, it's hard for me to fuck with you. If you can't pay yourself, then I wouldn't put my trust in you. Fuck it, dude. Hold my dick, I won't hold my tongue. Remember they were talking shit about Amazon when I was young. Oh wait, they did the same, it was Meta right in front of them. Think they'd have a little bit of shame from always looking dumb. Nah, they on a diet and it's humble pie. It's 2025, you could kick it, you ain't gotta lie. Made $1 million buying value, I don't buy the hype. My girl is really classy, all you ratchet bitches not my type. Why? They don't buy it till it reached the high. You picked the right thing, but you also picked an awful time. You would be surprised how making money make you fall behind. Maybe I offended, but that doesn't mean I told a lie. Wow, you really like it when they lie to you, ignoring all the things you hear, denying what the eye produce. Helpful isn't friendly if they helping you to tie the noose. You teach them how to steal your money every time you live and lose. Damn, I'm won't lie, my mama taught me that. Whoever sold you all those courses, you should probably take it back. It's all a bunch of bullshit, you would learn more if they told you that. I know you know the truth, so you still got time to go to that.
No headlines, no Trump yet. Staples going. But welcome back. I kept it on members only because do you guys have any weird questions now? Anything? This is your moment. That song's already out. Go on Uncle Answers. That's it. You want to know music? Uncle did music. I worked in music when I was young. Again, that's why I used to love LA. I think he's in here now. You know, we have a Chad, like one of the Chads is like really big with like Dr. Dre. You know that. Like back in the day, I used to post like pictures in Dr. Dre's studio. Like no exaggeration. That's fact. I know someone's going to say cap. The other one, I sold more memberships than CNN. You were asked, I made over $20,000 on YouTube in a month. Yes, that is true. Any other questions? This is your time. Get them out now. Get them out now. We'll go back and then that's it. Otherwise, you let me know. Intel, you could add anything non-stock related. How close is your hairline? It's very similar, but I have a little bit more. Because I'm younger. I think I'm younger than you, Tim. So, but I'm on your pathway. I just have like a little bit more fuzz because I'm still holding on, if that makes sense. But like it's kind of more awkward. Like yours looks better because I just don't give up. Mine looks like a dying animal. Like yours, like you at least cut it off and like fixed it. But mine, they're just like put him out of his misery type beat. But I refuse. What made you get into writing music? Well, you could ask Uncle that. But I've always liked music. It's just always been something there. Ever since the first 8 Mile rap battle. That was a good one. But yeah, I like music. I think music's a cool thing in life, man. And art. I like art in general. And you should too. I don't know. Do you know self-actualization? I don't know if you're aware of it. But it literally, it's a psychological theory. But it's the general idea that like, once you take care of everything, the highest form of self turns into, art and other things. And like we've talked about, even with some of the other theories, even before, like, I feel like if I was a caveman, I'd be drawing hella pictures and shit. But, like, I would have been the caveman. Like, I would have been, like, slamming rocks together. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, like that. But, like, it's just part of, I don't know. I love music. So, that's a big part. I don't think you need everything to do music. You see what I'm saying? But, like, I think the way it fits into humanity is beautiful. And, I don't know. You just art. And I'm sure a lot of you have art within you. And I hope you let it show. What else? Did I miss any other ones? First and last concert I attended? Currency. That's it. I went to some like random raves in college, but those didn't count. They weren't like real. Like it was actually disgusting. But that's why I don't do that anymore. But Currency when I was in high school. That was my first and last concert like I ever went to. Jelly. Your wife wants to go to Coachella? I've never been. All my friends trip out. I'm the only one who's never been to Coachella. They all try to get me to go every year. I'm not really a fan. Not a big fan. I have speakers. That's what I said. I got speakers at home. I could listen to any song they play at my house. I don't have to wait in the line. I have access to water and other things. So I don't have to deal with any traffic. But no, I've never gone. So I don't know. But some people like it. I mean, the word on the street is that nothing's like Coachella like 5-10 years ago. Back in the day, I guess Coachella was an experience, but still cool now, but it's not what it used to be. That's what they say. I don't know, though. I've never been. Bernie at Coachella. Dude, do you know what's really cool? So you guys know the shit on Twitter? What's it called? You guys hear that? Just those random clips, kind of like tinfoil clips on Twitter. Show them to your parents. Actually, maybe don't, but because I showed my mom was saying something on Bernie Sanders, and I showed her that clip, the one I retweeted. I went on my Twitter. I was like, yeah, look at this, Mom. And I showed her this clip of Bernie Sanders since 1993.
This great country of ours is moving very rapidly in the direction
this blew my mom's
of
mind.
Oligarchy. The United States of America today is increasingly becoming an oligarchy. More and more moving toward an oligarchy. We are moving in the direction of oligarchy. We will move even more rapidly in the direction of an oligarchy. This great
2014
country is evolving into an oligarchic society. It is called oligarchy, and that is the system we are rapidly moving toward. This is a budget that moves our country rapidly into the direction of oligarchy. A handful of billionaires
2018
are moving this entire planet toward an oligarchic society.
Start off with the bad
and now
news,
today.
which is pretty bad, and that is that under Donald Trump, this country is hurtling rapidly toward oligarchy.
I mean, yeah, but if you listen to him from 1993 and then got hyper-liberalized or Republicanized either way, and then you would have never owned stocks. You'll get your oligarchy anyway. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, but, dude, I showed this to my mom, and it was so funny. Because she was like, no, what? How come? People don't see this. She's like, wait, how come people don't know this then? Because my mom was asking me about Bernie Sanders. Because now I think my mom just discovered Bernie Sanders. And I'm like, Mom, this has been around and I'm like, yeah, he's been saying the same shit, all of them. Well, that's good, though. That's 30 years of book sales, dog. You have no idea. That's a big-ass crib. Yeah, we haven't melted up, so those spy plays, glad we got out of them. They're literally break even. Near the money. I had a near the money I was watching. I should have stream alerted it. I didn't play it, but this one, but it went up 30%. But otherwise, only near the money. So everything else got clapped, but then you're right below. He's the best of the Democrats. I mean, honestly, bro, I feel like politicians are like preachers. And the best ones are probably the ones you barely heard about. That's a banger, bro. I rest my case. That's it. Because that's how it works, bro. Once you get, even with me, bro, because, honestly, it makes sense I'm not too well known. Because once you get, too much, it's it's too much, bro. It just gets too, it's too much. It's too much, bro. So, yeah, from preachers to politicians. I don't know if Trump is speaking live, but we should be getting some update on the chips and minerals. Yeah, so, I don't know, man. You tell me. You have to, eventually, though, any of the, the big because there's some good, I like Democrats. Don't believe me. Trust me. I do, you guys. And I hope some of you have a heart for people regardless of whatever the fuck they identify as politically, bro. There's good people in America. There really, really is. And that's why, but once there's just a lot of greedy ass, dumbass people. That's it. On both sides. And don't ever forget that, okay? Just don't ever forget that. And that's why, usually I think it's most of the people good on, there's some good people at local community levels, and there's people in government that I think do a good job, and they're usually not the people all up on TV, all up making sensational claims and, you know, the ones like doing stuff and the people like making changes, trying to get voted in, those are the people who are usually making like the real positive changes and not like siphoning money out the system and all that shit, you know? So, yeah, that's how at least that's what I believe. So, you tell me. $3.9. Dude, they said, I looked it up, and they said that it was a 5.0. I thought it was the earlier report said 6. Dude, that earthquake felt insane. I don't know how I could get the clip, bro, but that was insane. Yeah, did they downgrade it? Bro, that felt insane. Shallow quake my ass. The Democrats, Republicans, both sides. No, man. Unfortunately, Trump made that hard. Republicans they do bad things too, man. I hate to break it to you. There's no way you guys haven't figured this out yet, too. But I do think Democrats, like 4 to 5 to 1 odds, like, you know what I'm saying? I could agree with you there, but they're like, even recently, bro, we're just going to ignore the fact that Trump just pardoned Trevor Milton? No. So fuck that. That's weird, and that's all driven off of money. That's all just he gave me money, I give him freedom. That's it. Let's be real. And that's not a good move at all. Let alone is it as fraudulent or corrupt? I'm not here. It still falls into the category of what the fuck. And then again, there has been times where, you know, Republicans are also known, like. The whole point I'm saying about politicians and preachers, once you are always in front of the camera or dealing with a shit ton of money, to a certain point, you're going to kind of bend the knee in many ways, or at least one major way. So, yeah. And that's where I'm saying I think you've seen it, too, even on the Republican side. And we've seen bad decisions. Yeah, the Nikolai guy, Trump just pardoned him. I think that's the stupidest shit ever. It's one of that right there, just because the guy gave a lot of money. And that guy did a lot of wrong things. That guy did fraud. And then you're going to have a bunch of Democrats be like, haha, see Trump. And then like, oh, shut the fuck up. But yeah, either way. But I think, yeah, I'm not a fan of that at all. I don't think Trump will pardon SBF but if SBF supported Trump, he might have. And that's scary. But yeah, he would. But yeah, he didn't. The fake. Don't you have a trading Discord? I'm sorry, you're talking shit about Trevor Milton, but then remember your name, don't you? I think that's why I banned you the first time. I think so. I unbanned a lot of people, but I'm just refresh my memory. But yeah, is there any other, what's it called too? Like I said, we are in I haven't gone to the public yet. So is there any questions you guys have? Anything else? Otherwise, that isn't going to be stock related? No? Last call. We got 30 minutes till power hour. Trump is live, is he? And then you're right below open. Those near the monies would have hit. Are you sure? I don't see him yet, but he might be. I survived the earthquake. Scary, though. Treasury Besant to visit Argentina. We have him at 4. Are you good after a quake? Nothing happened. I mean, it was just scary, but you guys said I held up very well, but like, what did you think? What did you guys want me to take off the day for emotional distress? Was I supposed to back out? Just strangle. Pretty much just playing both ways. But anytime we've ever played NVIDIA earnings last year, I did a whole tutorial every time on straddles, strangles, iron condor, credit spreads, and debit spreads. Every time we did NVIDIA earnings. So just go look at any live stream on the date of NVIDIA and from last year, 2024 or 2023, and it should be there. If you really, or any of the other videos, if you still haven't gotten the understanding as of yet. How can you make new friends as an adult? Go to the gym and then get into real estate. Otherwise, I don't have any friends. That's all I do, man. I don't think I've met anybody outside of those scenarios in a really long time, to be honest. I told you I have a friend at the gym. I spot this guy. He spots me every now and then. But other than that, I don't like meet people randomly. But have you seen the chart where, naturally, you say damn, but, that's natural, right? So, the chart, pretty much, by the time you get older and older, the time you spend with, friends and then even your, parents starts to diminish rapidly. And then the time you spend with either your partner and then yourself, that starts to skyrocket. You got nobody left? You don't need anybody, respectfully, That's what I'm saying. That's why be wise with who you select for the rest of your life. And at the end of the day, you better get used to yourself because you will be by yourself, especially as you age. So you got to be prepared for that. It's not a bad thing. It's kind of depressing, but not really. I mean, that's it. Find a couple. Again, I only have a couple good friends from back in the day. Most of them, I'm not you don't walk away with fucking 100 friends from high school or college, but that's why you just you get one or two good ones, you'll be fine. But end of the day, yourself, that will be it. And usually once you get that down, things around you start to fall into place too. Yeah, bro, bonds went bottom to top, back to 1%. Josh talking life. Well, I'm not on public yet. So this is still members only. That's it. Everyone just kept talking. It was Monday morning, 6 a.m. They're like, Josh, how much money you make on YouTube? Hey, Josh, how many people are in your family? Josh, what's your favorite fucking color? So that's why after PHILO, I was like, hey, if you guys have any question, this would be the time. And we could talk about it now. Because it is a little slower. We're chilling, and then we'll open up the public too so they won't complain. Because you guys no one's complained about it unless that was a subtle complaint. But other than that, so is that, I guess, last call. No other wild questions. Big dog PHILO. It's a good PHILO, man, honestly. I hope it helps, man. Time to lock in. Pick those battles, baby. Pick them. Start. Is it for you? Real estate with little equity, a lot of work, baby. That's it. Usually, that's how you're going to find it. If you put in the legwork, you get a deal, you find a lead, you really, really hunt. That's where you're going to probably find a deal with equity. When did you buy your first ounce of gold and why? I bought it, I think, in 2014 because I thought 2015, because I thought the global economy was going to collapse. And I was a young kid, and I went full zero hedge, which wasn't really a bad thing, but it was for a little bit. And I bought a bunch of SPY puts, and I bought a bunch of gold. Yeah, true story. But yeah, my first big set of gold, and I still hold it, and I'm glad I do. But yeah, favorite place. I haven't really traveled too many places, but I like Asia. I like Thailand a lot. I like Thailand before White Lotus. I like Thailand. Mm-hmm. Well, you're just feeling lonely. Well, I think it's normal to feel like that if you lose a lot of people. But I would, in a weird way, start getting excited, and I would not feed too much of those thoughts because it's just time to grow, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's like the whole point. This is a journey for you, and you're not going to have people with you. I have no other way to put it. And you will have to come to terms with that. And the sooner you do, and the sooner you embrace it, it may be a better time for you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a good embrace could go a long way. How do you deal with depression? Just get distracted. I don't know if that's healthy, but it worked for me. Woo! But like, actually though, if you genuinely, bro, I don't know. I don't think this is like good medical advice. I don't think fucking psychologists would agree with me fully. But I get distracted, man. I mean, it's easy to get depressed when things are like, when you focus on it. I don't know what to tell you guys. That's why a lot of the problems and things too, that's why like number one, just, you know, if you're always paying attention to it and you have time to pay attention to it, it's easy to feel down. I mean, I used to feel really down at times. I've been burnt out. I've been very, very sad too, and you can't shake it. But that's why, like, sometimes I was really sad and then I wasn't, but like, I didn't do it intentionally. But before I realized it, I was distracted. And, you know, I started focusing on other things, and one thing leads to another, and that's one of the best ways. But yeah, you know, eventually you don't want to put a Band-Aid on a real problem. But if you do focus on other things and apply yourself, I mean, you would be surprised. The mind and the body is very resilient. But yeah, if you get distracted, that's helped me. I could speak to myself. So yeah. Yeah, the gym too. Honestly though, that actually, like, just on a base level, releases like dopamine and shit like that. Real estate, I would become an agent at minimum, just because if you're really going to be putting in a couple hours a day for like looking for leads, at least if you eventually get licensed, you'll find a way to make money off of it or have that outlet otherwise. But I would just start right away. I would be looking at houses and contacting people. That's what I'm saying. You get a license, you can at least start one process, one avenue, just get the ball rolling and timer. Do you guys know, do you know why I got my real estate license when I was 18? Even though I flipped my first house before I got my license, and then I didn't ever renew my license. But do you know why I did it? It's funny. I didn't do it to do real estate, believe it or not. No, it wasn't for write-offs. No, it wasn't to buy my own. I'm a Chad now. Oh. Nope, it was not to meet girls. No, it was not to understand the market. It was not to avoid legal problems. No. I didn't want the MLS. It wasn't self-satisfaction. Who's going to carry the MLS? It's boats, Josh. It's boats. Money. No, not money. Yeah. Oh, you're close. Close. You're close. Not to learn. Who wants to learn? I did it because I wanted to be a lawyer. So then why would I want a real estate license? Because in my mind, I was going to go to law school and I was going to become a lawyer, right? So I said, if I got my real estate license by the time I was 18, by the time I got my law degree, I would already have like 7 years of real estate experience. That's what I was thinking in my mind. So if I ever wanted to pivot into real estate law or anything, boom, I was ready to go. Ta-da, that's what I was thinking about at 18 years old. But I hope you could kind of see the idea, though. Like, you could just start the clock now for whatever you ever want to do. So that's why I just say just go get your license, call it a day. Especially if some of you are going to be like calling around looking. Worst case, you get a lead, you could turn it to a lead. And then maybe like at the end of the day, for some of you who want to build a resume or go, you start now 18, 19, 20, whatever you end up getting into, you get that license. You're going to say, I did 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, whatever. And then again, you'll have the avenue to make money, save off your own investments, and all the many other reasons you guys listed. Ta-da! Yeah, that's what I did. And then again, once I started making money and realized I wasn't going to go to law school, then yeah, that changed shit. Ta-da. Everything started to move. I'm kind of mad. I wish I played those near the monies, but I made a good call on the out of the monies. We saved money by just not wasting it, holding it, but yeah. Another biopsy? Oh, man. Well, it's good it came back negative. You feeling good, baby, or what? Last 15 years? That's crazy. Bro, you're still young. And you got 15 years in the military. That's crazy, actually. No way. What? All right, well, is that it for final questions then? Anybody, do you want to know if you want any feet pics? Do you want to know if I ate food today? My bowel movements? Nothing else? I've never been to Japan. No. Famous Dex would be disappointed. First AMG was a C63 back in the day. I only had it for a little bit, and then I flipped that to a Rari. Amen. God is good. I've never been to Egypt. My favorite 80s movie, Scarface. Forgive me. Approximately how many breaths have I taken? No idea. I consume Fairlife protein. I'm only answering the question. This is not a sponsored post. Probably has forever chemicals. You should look into that. I did not pay my garbage bill! No! Stop shaming me! Fuck! No, dude, I don't even know how to pay my garbage bill. Now that I think about it, I'm not going to lie to you. I think it's bundled with all my real estate payments. So I don't even know how to fucking get my garbage bill individually for this unit that I am occupying. To be honest with you. Fuck. No. Lung capacity, I can hold my breath for a minute. I think it's because I took mad bong rips as a kid, not for any other reason. But yeah, I did. I got a really nice massage. Oh, dude, I should have posted it. Oh, dude. Oh, bro, I was fucking posted this weekend. Bro! I almost bought the Ferrari. I didn't buy it. I wanted to. I was going to buy a Ferrari Testarossa. I was really feeling like an OG, but I said that's foolish. So I didn't do it. But I was going to buy that car that I posted. I got really close to it, but I said, nah. I'm giving away all my security questions. No, my security questions are nothing to do with. I don't ever do that. My security questions are based off of the Fibonacci sequence of my dreams. I know. And then you have to know the spiritual code. Yeah, it's really complex. It's hard to explain. Repent. Was that not in my garage? No, that was not in my garage. No, I was going to go buy that car. Is there anything else? Did I miss any other ones? I'm about to free them. Still got a little bit of time. I'm wearing boxers right now, not briefs. I don't know if that's what you're asking. I've not been to the Peterson Museum. This is good. You guys just gave me a speed run of off-topic questions. Beer does not taste like piss anymore, but at one point it did. I did want to take steroids at one point, but I got over that. I just don't want to get injured anymore. I met my girl through a friend, and then I slid into her DMs on Instagram. When did I first experience Jesus? I'd say my whole life, but it was really around college when I read the Bible on my own. The biggest animal I think I could kill with my bare hands? Oh, dude. I'm a very confident individual. I think I could take a lion. Like, honestly, like on some fucking Eddie Murphy, like become the king shit, you know? I think I could take a lion. I would wrestle. Or I'd die trying. No, I think I could wrangle it. Like, I think I'm smarter. Fuck you. I have enough physical prowess and I'm smarter than a fucking lion. Fuck you. Oh, y'all, I'm not going to let you motherfucking not want to take on a lion ass try to tell me I can't take on a lion. The fuck? I only want to hear from people who think they can take on a lion. Otherwise, you're excluded from this conversation. Yeah, what the fuck? On the next Yash Games. All right, guys, so top 10 are going to compete against the lion. So if you got top 10 on the Kahoot, I have set up a lion, and winner gets $100 this time. The fuck? I mean, I think you could outsmart a lion, right? The fuck, dude? Bro, give me peanut butter. You serious? You guys don't know. That's how elite I could beat a lion with peanut butter. You know that? If you gave me peanut butter, I could defeat this killing machine with peanut butter. They're like, how will he do it? Exactly. What, mother? Fucking peanut butter. You kidding me? I'm a human. Do you not realize that? We're humans, bro. We're humans. Okay, anybody else? Any final ones? These were good. This was a good one. I don't have a good dad joke. Actually, no, I do have a good dad joke. My dad joke is this one. Are you ready? Did you hear about the giant who had diarrhea? No? Oh, it's all over town. That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one. The fastest I've ever ran, I don't know. I've ran like a 5 minute and 30-second mile, or 5:45, and I was exhausted. But yeah, 5:45 I think is my fastest mile ever in my life. And that was, I don't think I was like, bro, I think I was in middle school. No, dude, I'll never do that again. I easily walk like 20-minute miles now. Easy. No, bro, I was in middle school. It was during PE. Like, I did it once at PE because those little kids pissed me off. You know what I'm saying? Them, like, weird-ass fucking running kids, they got hella cocky, and I got really bothered by it. So I was like, you guys aren't even that fast. And then I, like, kept up with them, and then I was beat, dude. And I was like, fuck that. I was like, you guys are nerds. Why would you ever fucking run that hard at school? Stupid. I went back to my fucking chilling. The most hot dogs I've ever eaten in one sitting. I don't do that, man. It's weird. That's, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, you shouldn't know that. Next. Best place to buy in Ohio? I wouldn't tell you. I can't expose those secrets. Thoughts on Benny Blanco? He's weird, but he looks like me. But he has made me now the sexiest man alive. You guys don't get it. People come up to me in public now. I love it. I don't get looked at like a lizard anymore. They look at me like, they actually look at me like the Geico gecko. Like, they look at me, they're like a human now. They like, wow, he speaks. And they have a little bit more intrigue. So that's been nice. It kind of sucks though, a little bit more attention. I've handled it decently, but yeah, not bad. Investment or move that made me rich? Meta and Bitcoin and real estate. That was kind of the trifecta. I could have done, well, really just one of them would have been enough, but all of those in succession and in time have done well for me. Would you rather fly or have X-ray vision? Fly, I think. I don't know. Okay, these are good, man. These are good. That's it. I think we're good. Let's free them. So no more. No more. We could talk real estate or stocks, but MJ. Easy. Easy, bro. Michael Jordan just wanted to play basketball and gamble. My guy. He never wanted to talk about China or anything, but LeBron's one of the greatest. I respect LeBron, and I think people put dirt on his name that he don't deserve. You know? But I definitely, MJ. Yeah. I relate to MJ more. Okay, I'm freeing them. They're being freed. They're being freed. Free the Chads. China urges UK to talk with Jingi Group on British steel. All right, guys, we're back. So PHILO is over. I survived an earthquake. And, yeah, they asked me a lot of random questions earlier. You're not on your original account? Should I ban you then? No, I'm kidding. I deserve the success you've heard. I've seen you put this channel on ground. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. And even then, man, I'm just excited for the next 5, bro. God willing, but you know, I don't underestimate. You guys motivated me a lot too. And that's why I think it would have been a disservice to not push you guys a little harder and in the right direction, because you guys were sending me some good long terms. And although it's very easy to find negative things and focus on that, or find all the people who didn't listen or didn't do this, make no mistake, bro, there was thousands that killed it. And that's why I was like, bro, you know, there's some good ones, man. There's some good ones. So I think it was good to do that. So you guys motivated me as well. And that's why you better get a fucking house and make that long-term grow, bro. Let's go. Yeah, bro. Right when we went to PHILO, I was on the Twitch. YouTube was down right as I was turning it. I turned it on middle shake, like mid shakes. I turned on the YouTube, but like, no, that was scary. That was the scariest earthquake I've ever been in. But then apparently it got downgraded. I didn't know they could revise an earthquake like it was the BLS data. I know, now I look like a pussy, bro. I'm sorry, but like, dude, I swear it came out as a 7. That shit felt like a 7, bro. And now they're like, it's a 3. Like, it's not a 3, bro. It was a 7. I felt it. That was scary as hell, bro. No, that one was wild. Even Lending Tips called me, bro. He never calls me. He'd be like, no, you're overreacting. Oh, no, it doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, people have jobs. It doesn't matter. I'm Lending Tips. Oh, no, he was like, did you feel that? So, yeah, that was crazy. But apparently it was like a 3 or a 5 or something. They revised it lower. LT said it was a bomb. No, for real though, you did. Like literally, as he's like, no, that had to be a bomb. Bro, that was crazy. Dude, that was crazy. I'm telling you, bro, that was not like, I don't know, man. I genuinely, like, I laugh, but that one got me. You guys damn well, most of the time, most earthquake reactions I have been live. That one was weird, bro. I got actually, like, freaked out. That went from, I need to find the Twitch clip. Because that was just, like, it went from, like, I did my laugh scream, and I was like, ah! And then I was like, oh, I felt like I was on a roller coaster. I don't know how to describe it. And then the sounds, and yeah, that was, it's creepy, bro. I think I have to end the Twitch stream, and, like, I have to find it afterwards. I didn't hear a blast, but, like, it was just loud. And then my house was shaking. So, yeah. But, dude, they're saying it was like a 3.0 now. They downgraded it. High ticker's looking very good right now. Those GMs are only 100%. That was the hitter. Near the money plays, you would have got like 30% from the bottom, but I hope you guys see those out of the monies. The best play was no play. I mean, even if you held so that play, telling you, I had a bottom tick SPY call out of the money for tomorrow. Even though you bounced 5 points, that play is break even. Are you unbanned now? You are unbanned now. I felt bad. You commented on the watch list, and you're like, Josh, unban me. And I'm like, why would I ban you, man? You're on the watch list. I'm like, oh, I'm sure the guy named D's Nuts in all caps, I'm sure he probably said something. So your name did make me judge you a little bit, but, you know, everybody did get unbanned, so I made sure you got a fair shot. I unbanned you. And then you had the other chat. They're like, Josh, he banned everybody who disagree with him. So I still watch channel because Josh so emotional. So I get emotional and I yell at Josh on the comment section. And now, so then I had to ban all the motherfuckers talking shit to you asking to get unbanned, but then you are unbanned. Isn't that funny? I thought it's humorous in my mind because like I had to ban like 3 dumbass motherfuckers on your post. But then you did get unbanned. So, yeah, just don't get banned again. We will eventually unban some people. But other than that, yeah, we'll see. I hope you guys get a long term above all else and make the most of it. Have I ever called you an idiot? Well, I don't mean to call people idiots. Some behavior is very idiotic, so I apologize if that's how it sounds, because I don't think they're dumb people, but the logic to which they came to their conclusion of writing their diss track is idiotic. Does that make sense? So, like, you can't write a diss track about me being emotional in the midst of your own emotion after following along with me. And you're so emotional following along. That's where, you get what I'm saying? It doesn't work like that. It should have been like, he's short, but it should have been like, you know what I'm saying? Just like when Eminem, the first battles, he choked, right? But then when he started addressing, you know, he had to find the diss first. And then answer. I'm sorry, it's just a really long 8 Mile joke. I don't know if you guys appreciated it. Say what? 1 minute. It's 1 minute till 3. We're not over yet. But till power hour. I don't know if Trump is speaking again today. I'm anticipating another report on materials, ocean metals. And then we are expecting to hear about the chips, but I don't know. Not really a rapid fire, but can you say a prayer for me? Pray for me and the people in my life and well-being. You're scared and need it? Of course we can. I hope everything is okay. But we will. Prayer warriors. Jiggly needs you right now. So let's go. It'll be good. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. I don't know if... You had Trump live with El Salvador today. Oh, yeah. He is going to go live with the Ohio State football team. Yeah, there's an EU trade minister at the White House as well. There's a lot going on today, but you're just pretty much holding the open. I think we got to talk about it. Just get ready, you guys. You might need to be... you guys might need to start getting ready to slow things down. You have to know when to hit those plays and when to do nothing. Because today was one of those where it's like... Yeah. Again, near the monies would have been good, though. So I got to learn from that. Because I had a play I was looking at. And that one actually ended up working. But like we said, the ones out of the money, they just all hit a floor. So you'll notice, like, go to every option on the calls. And you'll notice they all... where'd it go? Why did it do that? Yeah, but like, look, they all look like a Solana meme coin. Like, they're all just like pinned. And then you get like right around here, then they start like slowly tilting up. But so the play, like I was telling you early in the morning, we noticed it, got out early. I took one 10% loss, the other one break even. I just said, fuck it. Only went after the individuals, but the best play was no play or in the money. In the money, you would have got 30% from the same time we got our other play out of the money. But you would have had to spend like $200 to get that 30% versus $20, $30 for one contract. Yeah, no, today was hard. Today was hard. A 20-year-old starting their long term, just little by little, baby. That's it. You know, and if you were like, I don't want to do options anymore, just like, here's the deal. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Don't be afraid of options, okay? And it's okay if they haven't worked for you for now, that's fine. Prioritize the long term, but just like what I'm saying, you don't have to give up on the dream. But all you got to do is set a budget for the long term, the big one, hold it, stick to it, add to it every month. Start with quality names and just make sure you don't add a bunch of low quality names you're not really familiar with just because it goes from I want a long term to let me try to make as much money as possible, and then I let that influence change the types of plays. Apple plans to use privacy-centric method and keep data on devices. What does that mean? Any recommendation on quality? So, although I think quality is kind of objective, I have learned in my experience that everybody has a different idea. So I could better help you. Why don't you tell me what you think is quality? So you tell me some stocks that you've been looking at that you think are quality, and I could let you know whether or not you're in the neighborhood. So Rocket Lab is not quality. Whirlpool, surprisingly, it's quality, but it's not. That's why it yields 9%. So I want like good quality, but it is. It's up there. So like Amazon is quality. It's expensive. UPS, I think that one's the best out of Nike because Nike's quality too, but Nike, again, they're struggling. But they don't have a 9% yield. Pepsi's quality. Lowe's, quality. Yeah. NVO is quality. Disney, woke, but quality to a degree, but still in value now. That one you could put it on the middle. Coca-Cola, quality. I just want to see Pfizer. Pfizer's quality, but struggling. Again, these names that we like that I think they're quality, but they have a high dividend yield, you have to be careful. Because if you are starting off your long term, you don't want to just buy only these names. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to buy 7% value names. That's all you have. That's why I'm saying some of the names you guys listed, like Coca-Cola, again, even like Kimberly-Clark, some of these value names, these are pretty good. But again, some of them have moved up. Some of them are still down. Kimberly-Clark hasn't moved in 10 years. I think BMY, that was down a lot, but now it's kind of in the middle. You're getting it at 2020 prices, still off the highs. Again, I don't know where Pepsi's at. Yeah, Pepsi's still, that's a couple years off. Like, these are great names, to be honest. And then they still have downside, but they're not like, again, they hold more quality than something that's already discounted there. And then you add the UPS, the Pfizer, the Nike. Microsoft's quality, just expensive. Caterpillar, I think I need to check where they're at. Oh, yeah. See, they finally came down. They're still a little expensive, but that just at 260 was not bad. I like AMD and Intel, but I think Intel's a little bit more quality than Intel, but if Intel could become not quality, that means any of them could become not quality. So, but I do think, I wouldn't call them quality names right now. I think more cyclical, and then there's deep value in Intel, but comes with risk. Credit, I just like JPM. Anybody in, because JPM's even Chase, but I like financials. I just don't like overpriced ones. It's crazy. You guys remember when Goldman was lagging? You could have picked up Goldman for a really cheap price for a long time. Oh, yeah, I think Trump is, but he's something with like a football team. No, he's not out yet. And then you're starting to go up, slow melt up on some of these contracts. Whoa, actually. What? Okay, I was like, damn. Yeah, some of them are moving, though. So near the money is another set, because you're going to 542. Another set of contracts is kind of getting value off of that. Interesting. Yeah, GE, bro. If you got that at the low, that one went from deep value to quality. Like crazy. Tesla's even going green. Let's see. That's crazy. Tesla, correct me if I'm wrong, that's only pricing in 5% for the week. But Tesla never moves on the earnings. But you're right back to the lows. You're not even at open yet. $542. Let's go, baby. That hit. That was a good call out, too. See, those ones, that was near the money, huh? Yeah, that was the move, baby. That was a great move. Oh, those barely went, though, man. You have to get, like, really fucking in the... Because that was a daily. The ones for tomorrow, 542, that was a banger. The daily just moved on there, but... Yeah, those at least went up. They went up 50%. Well, if you're on the daily, it was hard. The ones with tomorrow, but even then, anything too far out, there were some good prices. I was saying I liked those plays, but out the money was just too far out. SPY climbing. I mean, nothing happened today. There was some good talks with the autos, but just generally the same, even though everyone's debating and Trump added a little bit of confusion to it, just the whole idea of a chip delay. We're going to hear a little bit more. But, yeah, and then nothing developed and nothing got worse. I think that's, are you guys kidding me? I think that's like the unspoken good thing today. Nothing got worse. When was the last time we had a green Monday and you stayed green? But, yeah, at the very least, nobody ran for the hills, no escalation. You didn't really wake up to any problems, and throughout the day, it's just still the same vibe of the morning. You know, we got a little bit of developments. Still a lot of uncertainty, but have we gotten away from peak volatility is the question, and whether or not there is permanent damage. Not bad. Felt slow, though. Still a 2% day, but it felt mind-numbingly slow. Joshua Alvarez. Welcome, my friend. Yeah, TLT's back to open. Same thing with the SPY. XBT on the high. A couple of things moving. Where is it? Can we just stay in PHILO forever? It's public. I freed the chat. But members only, that's going to stay till the end of the quarter. %, felt so mundane. It was 2% gap and then just went down. I think it went down like 0.5%, maybe a little bit more, and then came back up. A house is a better investment than a condo. LaRon. Bro, VIX is dying. SPY is running. Let's see. I feel like those out of the monies might start to ramp soon. They're back to the same price now. But now they're back to break even. Like, actually. Now a little higher on the ask. But yeah, the near the money's worked. Market's on it. Just slow, dude. It's like big, but it's still slow. We are changing pace. That's what's going to suck about this. Is that now, like, Friday was slow. Today was slow. Maybe tomorrow's slow. But then once we move 5% again, it's going to catch everybody off guard. And then you're going to, like, that's it. Just going to go stop and go. That's it. And then it'll go back after your 5%. And then it's going to go back down to 1%. And that's it. Just going to be very, very jerky. Oh, it is a short week. You're right. I keep forgetting, even though we said that like 3 times today. Woo! So Good Friday, and then is Easter on Sunday? Walmart on the high. PPTA, what's this? I've seen that a couple times. Biotech. Myrna's on the high. That one's interesting. Actually, Myrna, a decent pop. Then we got 45 minutes. I forgot it was already power hour. So, yeah, not bad, man. What a Monday. We got through. Trump targets NPR, PBS, foreign aid, and $9 billion spending cut. Yeah, that is the benefit. You're so right. Premiums do come back to earth. Amen. That is. So, honestly, that's a good part. That helps you wait a little bit, is that when the market does slow down, you are right. The premiums are going to come back to like 1 penny, and we're going to get some of those cheap plays again. So that is the good part. If it doesn't speed up tomorrow or like right now. But yeah. All right. Well, I already had my pro. I don't want to go get another one, but I'll go to the bathroom. We'll get ready to close out the day, baby. 45 minutes left. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. Real Cult News on Twitter. Get a long term.
And there is a lot of strategic rationale to consolidate across the various
industries. And I think once people get a better sense of what the new administration's up to, you'll be able to see those transactions materialize.
It's interesting, too. I mean, we talk about, obviously, the rally that we're seeing in Goldman and some of the big banks. Obviously, the sort of diversification of those banks really sort of helps in situations like this, a pickup in trading while investment banking is down. For those banks that don't necessarily have that same diversification, take M&T, which reported earlier today, clearly some outsized exposure to any potential drop in consumer lending. Also, of course, that drop in net interest income. What is the ballast for them going forward?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I mean, I think, you've seen that kind of the biggest banks report so far. And I think to your point, right, trading revenues are 3 to 4 times that of investment banking fees. We'll get a lot more regional banks as this week progresses. And they don't have the benefits of trading. So, loan growth has been, still fairly subdued this quarter. You're seeing some benefits from lower deposit costs, but also as variable rate assets reprice lower, there's some headwinds there. Net interest income had 2 less days this quarter than last quarter. So, for the more traditional banks, results may not be as strong as we've seen, Friday and earlier today.
All right, Jason, great stuff. Jason Goldberg, senior analyst over at Barclays, to look at a couple of the bank earnings we got earlier today, and of course, a push ahead to Citigroup and a few others starting tomorrow. When we come back after the break, a focus on the retail sector. This after we got earnings out of LVMH, and sales in the most recent quarter, they were weak, fueling some concern about a broader luxury goods market under pressure amid all the tariff uncertainty. Jelena Sokolova going to be joining us, senior equity analyst over at Morningstar, to talk a little bit more about what she expects going forward. That's coming up next here on The Close on Bloomberg.
Markets never sleep.
All right. Hamas says ready to hand over hostages in one batch in exchange for ending war and withdrawing from Gaza. Gaza Lago. Not bad, man. 40 minutes. No, I did not answer your question. You said you assumed there was a reason to violate a rule, so I'm not answering your question. That's it. The rules are the rules for everybody. So that you have to understand that. Otherwise, I don't think any new information of mine can help. No, you just asked me questions at the wrong time. Where were you during PHILO? So literally, you were one of the people in the morning who just kept asking me random shit. So after PHILO, I said we could just talk about anything. So people did ask me random ones, but you surprisingly weren't there. But now you're here, so yeah, we'll make it easy for both of us. Whoop. How does it feel about buying leaps? I don't think they're the worst thing, but they're not a long term. What is PHILO? PHILO is philosophy. So it's a moment during the day where we don't talk about stocks. We just talk about life, usually the Bible and Jesus Christ. So, yeah, I used to have it public, but then people would assume that I was trying to force religion on them. So I did the most unreligious thing, and I charged money for it. And then now everybody gets what they want. That means no one has to hear me try to tell them about Jesus, and then I don't have to hear people complain. So, yeah. That's PHILO. Thank you. Thank you. The most anticipated chip earnings is ASML. Or Besant affirmed United States full support for Argentina President Milei reforms on Monday. Treasury Department. He's going to be on right at the bell, too. I forgot. You're going to have Besson on Bloomberg. They got an exclusive. Don't they win by making you charge? No, not at all. It's not about win or lose. I actually like it. I learned so many cool things. Like I said, even that PHILO I just gave today, I never really realized it, but I just don't think it was good for people. Like, it's not good to, like, be around people who don't agree with you in certain areas. Like, obviously we're going to disagree in a lot of ways, but, like, what's the point of trying to talk to people about stuff that you know they're only going to get violent with you about? So, but yeah, I don't think anybody necessarily won or lost. But yeah, I liked it. I don't know. I think it worked a lot better. My favorite stock investment? I like diversification. So low key, I've been very, very excited with being diversified. That's helped us. I think it made us look like geniuses. I think it's ready for whatever else happens moving forward. So I'm excited about it in many, many ways. But that is sadly my favorite. It's not a stock. I gotta wait. Let's wait till it goes through. I don't know what he's going to say. It's going to be, this is Ohio football team, so get ready. I might talk about chips. I might not. I love football. You know what I like about football? They play defense like I defend the country. They're trying to take advantage. They're playing offense. I'm playing defense. How about special teams? Special teams. Kick it. Field goal. Field goal. I love it. I love football. NFL. They got NFL. They call it football. Football Americano. And
welcome the 2024 College Football National Champions, the Ohio State University Buckeyes. Way to go, guys.
Without the Trump voice, I don't know what do you mean. Like, what? Was, Batty the Batty.
Day for all of us. That's true. That was a big day.
Big day.
I love that day.
I love that day. Good day, even, I tell you.
That day.
I can't forget it.
To Ohio State President Ted Carter. Ted, where's Ted? Ted, congratulations. Good job, Ted.
Good job.
Athletic Director
You
Ross
did so
Bjork.
good. Great even.
Ross, where's Ross? There's Hi, Ross. Congratulations. Did you know that we're this good?
I bet you didn't know.
He said absolutely. That's a good answer.
That's a great answer.
To Coach
Wow.
Ryan Day, who, and I
Wow.
have to read this because this is not part of it, but they gave me a little briefing. I knew how good a coach. I didn't know he was that good. It's Ryan Day, head coach of the Ohio State University. So here's just a little summary. Ryan was named head coach in December 2018. Think of this. First of all, he's a very young-looking guy. He's got a lot of time left. In his 6 seasons as head coach, Day has led the team to 9 championship wins. You don't do that. He's currently the only coach to lead his team to the college football playoffs 4 times since 2019. And his first season as head coach, and Coach Day's overall coaching record 70-10. So in other words, Ryan, I'd like to be your agent. I want to And he won the big one, right? He won the big one. That's the biggest of them all. That's fantastic. Let me have you. It's an amazing achievement at a young age, and the entire team and everybody up here, we want to thank you and congratulate you. This is building behind you. There's nothing like it. I have a lot of buildings. This is the one.
Nothing like it.
This is one you can't beat.
Can't beat it.
White House.
The White
I
House.
think, you know, the coach was always
Casablanca. La Casablanca. That's what Naib said. I loved it. I love that name. Casablanca. Good movie. It's a movie. You know that? They got a movie, Casablanca. I got a house. Casablanca. That's what it means. That's what it means. I know.
We're going to do that. And,
oh, good. I love football.
Some Trump touches to the Oval Office.
Good play action. Tariff play action. You thought I'd pass? I didn't. I ran it. Just kidding. Look at that. The art of the deal. Why don't they just call it the art of the deal play? Play action. More like art of the Donnie.
Who's going?
Boom. Wow, Josh did a play. He did a ghetto spread. They paid me. They paid me to make a play. Can you believe it? These guys, they paid me. The market maker paid me to make a play.
But he was such a good student. He didn't stay there for 4 years. He got out in 2 years, #1 in his class. How do you do that? Did you have any better students than that? Better football players, yes. But JD's doing a great job. Thanks as well to Secretary of State Marco Rubio for being here. Marco, you're doing incredible. Thank you. And as well as Representative Warren Davidson and Mike Carey. Fellas, thank you. Thank you very much. Governor Mike DeWine.
They paid me. I'm telling you, I made a play. 1 hour later, they paid me to hold it. I said, these guys can't be serious. Scammers. They lie about the prices. They lie. Big liars. Every day they lie. Every day they lie.
Where are you, Trent? Look at him, that guy from East Palestine. I think, you're the reason they say that was, I visited and Biden didn't. And when I went there, and I was there right after the problem, right? And I met Trent, and I love Trent. But a lot of people give you a lot of credit for the success that we've had because we won.
Up. I'm lagging. There it is. Elon Starlink. Thank you, Elon. Thanks, Elon.
And of course, the Ohio State legend. He's a current Lieutenant Governor, Jim Tressel.
They like Jim. They like Jim a lot. You hear that? He's popular. Thanks, Jim. What a legend.
To my friends J.J. Cavaro and the Schottenstein family. They're here somewhere.
I know.
They are.
Oh.
My fellas.
Did they just switch the audio?
This was a historic year in college football, standing together today. These men in the first college, think of that, are the first college football players in history who can proudly call themselves 12-team playoff champions. You're the first ones, that's right. You had to go through a lot. That's not easy. You're the first ones. Congratulations, Coach. This team showed the world that the road to greatness is paved by hard work.
I kind of like the other audio. Felt like we were there.
A lot of adversity, because I shouldn't say this. I actually said, should I leave this line out? And they said, sir, they're saying, yes, leave it out. Sir, they want to hear the whole thing, the bad and the good, right? But many people counted you out, as you know.
Thank you, Sam. Thanks.
Oregon, which is a great
Some
team,
people don't like it. Yeah, this is life.
We won't talk about it.
We won't talk about it.
But you refused to let the Buckeye Nation down. You got better and better and tougher as the season went along. And after a very strong regular season, but with adversity, you held a closed-door players-only meeting. This extraordinary group rallied together for a single glorious mission to win 4 straight playoff games against the finest teams in college football. And you were able to do it, obviously.
Clearly.
In the first playoff game, Tennessee quarterback Will Howard scorched the Volunteer defense. I watched that game. I said, that guy is good. Defense for 311 yards and completed 24 of 29 passes. Known for his accuracy, strong arm, but boy, is he known for his accuracy. Where is Will? I want to see this guy.
Which one's Will? Wow, Will. Tall guy. Holy crap, he's tall. That's good. Probably get a lot of jobs for being tall. They like tall people.
Fantastic. Oh, he's going to be so rich.
He's going to be rich.
Think of that. To look like that and to play, it's a good combination.
Damn, I couldn't even think of that.
An all-time college
He's going to be so rich.
150 yards passing. That's an incredible thing. Great to meet you. Going to be watching you for a long time, I think, okay? We'll be watching him for about 15 years.
So rich. He'll be so rich.
At redemption against the top-ranked Oregon Ducks, which was a tough team. It was a total team effort by Ohio State. In the first half, the Buckeyes built an insurmountable 34-point lead thanks to the scores from veteran playmaker Tavion Henderson. Where is he? Tavion.
He's going to be rich, too.
You think I could beat him in a race? I don't know.
That in there.
Great going. And Ohio State, and also your receptions leader, Emeka Ibuka. Where is he?
Where's Mbika? Mbuka. How do you say that? Mbuka. So beautiful. Such a beautiful name. Mbuka. They're good guys, good team.
Then came the team's biggest test in the semifinals, a trip to Texas for the Cotton Bowl. And that Texas was pretty much rated the #1 team at the beginning of the season, right? So that was a tough team. I know that. It was neck and neck late in the fourth quarter. Texas was down a score, but marching in the red zone with 2 minutes left on the 4th and 8 with 2:29 on the clock. Hometown legend Jack Sawyer. Boy, that's a good name.
That's a good name.
Jack Sawyer.
Fuck.
It sounds like
I agree with damn it, man. Fuck.
A son
I just saw a little bit of me and Trump. Fuck. I do that when y'all fucking sign up and y'all got a Jack Sawyer ass name, and I'm like, that's a good one. That's a great name, Maven. I do that, bro. I do that. Fuck.
The quarterback, which is not easy.
I'm getting old, man.
Scoop the fumble recovery.
That's a good name.
83-yard touchdown return.
It's a great name.
State's ticket to the championship game. Yeah, it's a hell of a thing. You mean you took the ball out of the quarterback's hand? I don't want to say this. I don't want to make. How do you think that other team feels? Not too good.
Not too good.
That's one of those disasters for another day, right? No, that quarterback doesn't feel good. Where is he? I want to see this guy. Are you that fast that you can get down?
I had some great blockers leading the way.
That's unbelievable, actually. Size of these guys. I used to think I was quite a big fellow, not so much anymore. But he later said that it was the best feeling he'd ever felt. Are you sure about that, Jack? I don't know about that. As he gets older, who knows? But I don't think he's ever going to forget it. And Jack, you earned it.
Yeah, we only got 25 minutes left.
Right, that's really a special.
Again, you've been kind of melting up since like post-Euro. You had the other little comments there, but generally,
felt like it was good.
No
That's
negative updates. Still the same vibe as the morning.
Win.
We're waiting for him to talk about chips again still.
And the other team was tough, right? Will they be good again this season?
Mark Zuckerberg defends Meta in court as FTC seeks to break up company.
And a lot of your players are coming back.
Meta argues rivals like TikTok and YouTube prove a competitive market.
How do you feel about to the NFL? That's the good thing about every one of them goes. How do you feel about the season?
That's going to be exciting.
Going to be good.
We're going to miss some of these guys, but we got good young guys, and we're excited about next
I'll bet you're going to do great. But the Buckeyes had defied the critics, but the job just wasn't finished. This tremendous team needed one more win for the ultimate victory, the national championship game against Notre Dame. Offensive MVP Will Howard led the charge again, completing 14 of his first 15 passes. I'm telling you, the guy has an accurate arm. How many times do I have to tell you that? Quinshon Judkins reached the end zone 3 times. Where the hell is he?
Where the hell is he?
3 times.
Wait, where is he?
MVP
Did he not
Cody
show up?
Simon stuffed the Fighting
Where's
Irish
Judkins,
rushing
bro?
attack. Where's Cody?
Cody.
Do you notice the way they're sitting in like a little trench? I didn't want them at the same level. Actually, it was really, but I feel very good about that, JD, right? Yes, sir. Keep them down a little bit. But offensive MVP Will Howard led that charge, and really these people are going places that going to be very exciting in the future.
Argentina is a bigger country than you thought. Yeah.
For a long time to come.
The world is a big place, man. Over the weekend, a bunch of kids in America found out that shit comes from China. So, yeah, we'll see. But yeah, over the weekend, they're like, Josh, did you know China manufactures things extremely cheap? And companies put a logo on and sell it here for more? Yeah, man. It's for a long time, dude. Be surprised.
I shouldn't say this, but the coach was giving.
I didn't. Wait till we tell him about fidget spinners.
Praise backstage. I said, so what's the future? He said, well,
just wait till they find out, bro. It's going to be terrible.
That's a lot.
Wait till they find out about the TikTok shop, dude. Oh, the truth. I didn't think. I never thought about that, bro. I'm going to make a bunch of, like, exposing videos just on, like, basic. Exposing the TikTok shop.
Few people have ever seen before, according to what I hear.
Do you know? You know you could like reverse image search any item on Amazon, and then it'll just show you the Alibaba link for like a tenth of the price.
Breaking season. Get ready, fellas. Come on up here. Josh Fryer.
Oh, dude.
Luke Montgomery. Carson Heinzman. Tegra.
Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna mute him for this. I don't know if it's worth it. But did you guys know that the Toto? The expensive-ass toilets, they've came down in price. I don't know who's in the market for a $4,000 toilet, but they have came down in price. They used to go for like $10K. Now they're $4K. The Japanese throwing, bro. You have no idea. Yeah, just in case. Anybody. So, I don't know inflation you talking about. It's a heated toilet seat, bro. Heated seat, everything, bro. You ain't never seen anything like automatic. They got Lambo doors on the toilet, bro. It's insane.
That offensive line is so important. You have no idea. I've seen teams that were great, but they didn't have the offensive line, and it just doesn't work out, right, Will? You beat the Fighting Irish that day, 34-23, and for the first time in 10 years, proudly claimed the title of the great state of Ohio, the great state. I love that state. We won that state in a landslide, Governor. We won it in a landslide. I love Ohio. We'll never let you down, I swear, I promise. And if I let you down, he won't, okay? So you have a backup. But I do love the place. And so today I'm honored to call the Ohio State University Buckeyes national champions. You're the national champions, and you're standing right here at the White House. And it's a proud day for all of us, but it's a proud day for the Scarlet and Gray.
American.
Congratulations once again, and Coach, you are a fantastic person. I got to know just a little bit back there, and I realized almost immediately that he's really a special guy. And to your wife and your three beautiful children, congratulations. And I'm going to ask JD to say a couple of words. It's an honor to have everybody at the White House. You are a very special group from a special state. The state of Ohio. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Thanks to Coach Day and the entire team for being here at the White House. I'm so proud to be part of Team Scarlet and Gray today. Congratulations to the Ohio State Buckeyes on a hell of a 2024 season. Now, I want to say just a couple of words about this team because they really helped make, sir, an incredible year even better for this very proud Ohio State alum. So 2 things. First of all, I made a bet with Ted Cruz over the Texas game, a bet that he is still not paid up on. Ted Cruz, if you're watching on TV. And I don't like losing any bet, but I really don't want to lose a bet to Ted Cruz. So thank you all for helping me win that bet against Ted Cruz. And the second thing, I asked the president on January the 20th, I said, sir,
is this JD's appeal at degenerate gambling? The fuck, JD?
Game? And the president said, no, but we'll have him at the White House. So
what a fucking weird-ass story, JD. Who you trying to connect with, JD? You guys were resilient. Dude, I don't want to lose to Ted Cruz. Why are you playing football games with Ted Cruz?
The whole country well. And the last thing that I'll say is, I don't know who let the guy over in the corner here in a Michigan hat into this celebration, but I'm about to tell the Secret
You
Service
should deport him. I'm just kidding.
Proud of this team, Mr. President. Thank you.
What are you guys gonna do? Like, who got the Michigan hell shit, bro? I don't know, man. Based on the media, I think he gonna get deported probably because y'all just started booing him and. Oh, that's not how it works. Oh, okay.
Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, and other distinguished guests, on behalf of The Ohio State University, the Department of Athletics, thank you for inviting the national championship Ohio State Buckeyes to the White House this afternoon. I'd like to thank Ohio State President Ted Carter, members of the Ohio delegation here with us today, Governor DeWine, Lieutenant Governor Tressel, Athletics Director Ross Bjork, and all the staff members for their work and efforts to make this trip to the White House a reality. We're honored and humbled to be here, celebrating with you our 9th national championship in our great university's history. To be here surrounded by our players, staff, university leadership is a moment we'll never forget. Traveling to D.C., though, was the easy part. Earning the right to be here was the hard one. This team made history by winning the most difficult series of games in the history of college football, defeating number 7, Tennessee, number 1, Oregon in the Rose Bowl, number 3, Texas in the Cotton Bowl, and number 5, Notre Dame in the national championship. Back to back to back to back. No team's ever done that. Woo! No team's ever done that. And through discipline and execution, this team dominated, finished the mission, and left no doubt. It all started with a group of 4th and 5th year seniors. They chose each other. They chose Ohio State, and they built and lived a culture of brotherhood, toughness, and love. When adversity hit, they stood tall, stuck together, showed their true character, rose to the occasion, and became champions. There's a quote I love from President Roosevelt, displayed proudly in our team room, the man in the arena. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles. The credit belongs to the man who's actually in the arena, who strives valiantly, comes up short again and again, but who does actually strive to do the deeds. This quote reminds us of the true honor that belongs to those who rise to the challenge and stand in the arena unwavered. It took every challenge, and we responded with heart, with grit, and with determination. That's why this moment means so much to us. Our families, thank you so much for your love and your support along the way. To our coaches, thank you for your hard work and for your leadership. And to our players, thank you for everything. Your story will forever be told. And Mr. President, thank you again for this incredible honor. God bless America and go Bucks.
Thank you. I think that's it, man. I don't think he's going to talk about chips. Everything that we expected
really
today.
Nice gifts that we're
probably going to be after hours. We only have 15 more
Mr.
minutes.
President, Mr. Vice President.
All right, I think that's it. Yeah. I'm sure you'll get some funny Trump clips, but by now, start thinking about what you want for tomorrow. 15 minutes. You don't have as much data. Again, you're going to get a couple of earnings later in the week, and then really the data all hits on Wednesday. And then, yeah, we haven't heard anything on the chips yet. We got a little bit, but the Trump 47. But, again, the questioning on whether or not it's like a real exemption or delay, everybody's still there. Trump said stuff. He mentioned the auto companies today. And then we had another positive one. Again, we heard China and Vietnam. But other than that, bro, you gapped up. You had a gain over the weekend. Things seemed good. Nothing got worse today. That's the only way I could describe today. You had a couple of headlines, but I don't think you got answers, and I don't think whatever we were waiting for over the weekend and some of the confusion around the chip thing. I don't think you got answers on that, but you just didn't have a bad development today. Again, in the last couple of weeks, almost every day, you've had a bad development of some way, shape, or form, whether it's policy, uncertainty, people saying stuff. But today's been relatively chill. It's been the first day in a long day where it's been like normal. So not only did the market not move volatile, but think about it, you didn't have a mind-blowing headline today. Unless it comes out now. Bro. LMT pop? Is it present? I don't see it, but I'm down to look. But I like defense. We got a couple defense plays. Talked about it on the watch list. That was the winner, man. If Trump goes quiet, the market will probably go up. That'd be so crazy. What if Trump did? What if Trump pulled a full-on Biden? What if just after this, you just stopped hearing from him? And, that's it. What if he just stopped doing pressers? I'd trip out, but I don't know. I think the market might like it. The auto news was Trump was commenting when he was live with Nayib Bukele, and he pretty much said, they asked him a question about the chips and this chip delay, and he pretty much said what he said over the weekend. Didn't really answer it, but then he said he did it for the auto companies because he felt like they needed more time. So that's what he said it was for. And then we made a play. I got 300% on GM, sold most of them. I got a couple left. They're still up 70%, but that's why GM and Ford popped and held up today. You don't think the market would like a quiet Trump? Well, I guess we'll never know. But we'll see. At the very least, though, I do think that the question from the watch list about permanent damage, I think that's going to be the theme this week, especially with us still kind of crawling, nothing getting worse. Clearly we're still near the lows. Things aren't getting worse. And now, if we did move past peak volatility, I do think the level of serious damage and that getting reflected even through earnings and other metrics, that's going to be very, very relevant. So we'll see. We'll see. You bought based off of the jersey? All right, well, I mean, can I get $100 then? If you're, I don't know. If you're in the mood, I'm going to just try to run it. If you got some for me too, I could put up a jersey. I don't know. I don't know how you're feeling. You seem like you feeling good, so I might as well shoot my shot. Superstitious? Oh, that's crazy. I'm wearing a jersey right now. No, I'm kidding. That's so weird. 6 days. No, you're banned from donos, Tim. You're no longer allowed to donate, Tim. We're only allowed to donate to you, Tim. Okay, Tim? You can't donate to us anymore, Tim. Okay, your back hurts. Okay, you've carried too much weight, Tim. I'm not going to let you carry the fucking team, Tim. Okay, fuck that, Tim. That goes to your long term, Tim. You're going to win the lotto again, Tim. Timmy. Sherwin. I love it. How does it feel, Tim? I can't wait. We're going to talk to Tim at the end of the year. How did your first big long-term decline and then biggest day ever, how did that feel? What's it like from somebody who started the long-term a little later and then got it going? Oh, soft! The tweet said, I got you. See? The Twitch carried the weight. Amen. It's been great. But seriously, what was it like, though? Did you have any doubts when it first went down where you're like, did you get any of the old feelings? And you're like, this is why I didn't invest. I knew it would crash. Or were you more prepared? Or was it just that's it? Oh, another Twitch? Bro, the Twitch is turning up. I don't have 100. Oh, I was just fucking with you, bro. So let's go. Chat is too nice. Told you, man. I didn't even ask for memberships today. So thank you. I did ask him, though. 10-minute. Oh, my gosh. He said, give me that 20% premium we made you work 7 hours for. I said, give it back. Break even or nothing. Yeah. So no more. No more. Your kids' table. I think that's an offensive name. I get more offended when they call you guys the kids' table. And I'm like, I'm members only on YouTube. What the hell? Fast Track Group withdraws IPO plans. You're leveling up. Let's go, baby. Amen. Amen. Expect it. The harvest is plenty. He had a weird history in money, so it's just entertaining. But that's good. That's honestly good because most people, like, for real, that it's not like what just we went through was not small. That was, again, I haven't even seen a day like that. Very few in my life. But, you know, that's good because some people, it's very easy to revert. I'm telling you, last week, I saw a couple people, man, they were ready to quit right away. They were ready to go, but so that's good. All a good sign. But yeah, we only got like 8 more minutes left, Chad. Off topic, all of your homies are going to Coachella. Any advice? My best advice I would give you is either go to Coachella or don't and stop bitching about it. That's it. That's all there is. You don't have to follow any weird rules. You don't have to do what you want, but do what you want because you want to do it. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, don't get caught because guess what? You know what's going to happen? Because if you stay home and you don't really want to stay home, you know what's going to end up happening? The next thing that's not Coachella, you're probably going to do a bunch of Molly and ruin your life on the next one. And it's not even going to, because you have to get back for this one because you got stuck doing something you weren't really about. So that's what you should do. I just do what you want to do and do it because you love it. Do it because you enjoy it and make your decision early and make it final and you will be better off. That's the best advice I could give you. It's kind of like revenge trading. Yeah, for real. But I think you'll be better off that way. Because if you really don't want to go, you shouldn't want to go. You see what I'm saying? But if you're going to stay and then torture yourself with wanting to go, you might end up being tricked and then it ends up worse. So just figure it out and just decide no matter what. Like, what's meant to be is meant to be, bro. Just enjoy whatever it is, but really enjoy it. All right, man. That was a weird little pop and drop. Or drop and pop. You're still kind of lower. This was the low end of the day before we had the flush. Your assistant knocked on the door with a package from Collect Cult, asking what cult I am a part of. Hey, man. You guys got to explain that. Even on Call of Duty, we like get into the lobby and then the lobby people are like, what cult are you guys in? And they're like, it's a cult where we all get rich. And I'm like, yo, that still sounds kind of sketchy, you guys. So you guys just got to, you know. That's it. That's good. You've been sober for 7 months. No weed or alcohol, trying to hit the 1 year mark. Well, there you go, baby. I would take enjoyment in that, bro. That's a good thing. And I would keep that progress. You see what I'm saying? That's why would you even have FOMO? That's what I said. So I think you're just, honestly, Coachella's whack now, bro. Come on. Everybody, that's it. It's not 10 years ago. So you're fine. But yeah, that's something you should take. I'd focus on that. Because that's a better driver, you know? I think there's a real goal you're going for rather than just, I said I'm not going to go, and now I don't know, and now I got FOMO. Bro, that 10-minute, this is what I was expecting on Friday. Remember I told you if we get one of those, like, random flushes? But, yeah, you only got a couple minutes. The day's done, though. You're holding green. That's it. We're starting off Monday good, man. So the last couple of Mondays have been down Friday, down Monday, or at least like most down and only one up. But yeah, bro, a very interesting day. I think so. I think we're really we downshifted. Not too many developments, but I think it leaves a little bit more in store for tomorrow. And then you got the other one. You have the short week, yeah. So that factors in too. SoFi, I don't like SoFi. I actually think Robinhood is better than SoFi now. I think they could compete a little better. But then again, I think Robinhood's a bookie, not a banker. But then I would just wait and buy a big bank, to be honest. That's what I've always believed. I mean, I have JP Morgan at a low price, so it's easy for me to say that. But I would I would legit just wait till you could get what's it called? Oh, where is that? I would wait till you could get just a good big 7 bank at a good price. Hertz says hackers stole driver's license and personal data. I barely reacted. Bloomberg, first one dropping this. Do you dislike something about the company that they provide or they're not competitive? Kind of all of it. I mean, I think this service is interesting and it's compelling as a bank and the modern bank, but they don't do as good. I think if you're investing in them, they were a SPAC and you're giving them money to perform and it's a bank. Banks should be making money hand over fist. It shouldn't be a question, although they have to grow, but I wouldn't be down to invest in their growth. I'm not going to pay to hold while they need to grow and raise and do all that. And then just mix it in. There's big banks right now and other places that, even though a lot of things changed in finance, I don't know if they really got that leg up. That's why I say, I don't even like investing in banks too much, but if I was going to do it, I would do it with the biggest ones. And that's why I'm saying, I think most people's money would be better off in a big bank rather than trying to find the next big bank, if that makes sense. So we'll see, but Chatadonia, I hope you protect your ears. I hope you're blessed, but you only have one minute. Go, 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 go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, time to wrap it up. Bring it home. Finalize the play. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Honestly, I would take it all in and embrace it because it's been a while since you've had a good Monday, a calm day, no negative developments, no crazy developments. You held your theme from the morning, so 10 seconds, wrap it up. Most of the data comes out on Wednesday. Still got a couple of earnings. Enjoy the peace and quiet, but 3, 2, 1. Goodbye. Ding 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 ding. Oh no, let's go. Oh, Chatadonia. Chatadonia. Are you kidding me? We did it. We made it, baby. 7 hours in the books. I don't care if you just got here or not. I need a good game in the chat right now. Where is it? Let's go. Play the track, baby. There it is. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night. Let's go, chat. It don't matter if you made money or lost money. I know you learned something. Let me get a good game in the chat right now. Drop that GG. Let's go. Good game, baby. It don't matter if you made money or lost money. You learned something. You got it long term. Hopefully you learned a little bit about rules, a little bit about discipline. Hopefully you thought a little bit about your long term in the future self, baby. But good game. Remember, by day 365, it'll be different. And if you didn't make it to the bell, we'll compare by then. But I love you guys. Thank you for not getting banned. Thank you for being a part of the community. All the donos, all the memberships, all the love and appreciation. Are you kidding me?
have fun talking yields and the buns of the cart to the front.
That shit, the real ones. What up, baby? I see you too, Twitch. They be disrespecting me, Twitch. They called you. They said that you the kids table. I know. I'm not even instigating. I'm just good gaming, bro. Stop it. Good game, baby. Happy Monday. I'll see you tomorrow. God willing, baby. GG, baby. Good game, good game, good game, good game. GG, bro. GG. I need me to rock. You won't see me a lot. Monday through Friday, you need me, let's talk. Huh. Okay. Chadadonia. Wow. Good game. God bless you. Happy Monday. Isn't that crazy? That, Chad, do you not realize it? I don't want to tell you this, Chad. Do you realize that you're almost halfway done with the year? I know, I didn't want to do it to you. I'm sorry. Welcome to my mind. We're almost halfway done, bro. I know, I just started, but it's fucked, but we're almost halfway done. I know, don't be fooled. I know, it's fucking April, dude. Almost halfway through April. About to be Easter. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying maybe before you know it, it's going to be summer. But that's it. It's April. 4. 6 is half. You're closer than further. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. So, Chadadonia. Oh, wait. We are going to get Besant. You're right. I think. Or it might be, is it tomorrow? It's supposed to be today, but he's not on. It said 4 p.m. Oh, man. But, Chad, that is our day. So, God bless you. I hope you're locked and loaded. I hope you're ready for more, but it's a blessing. Monday is already out the way. And like I said, today's like, we'll see if it continues. And if it stays like this will be unique. This will be a little different if we go back to calm and not back and forth and not 5% every day. So we'll see where that leads us. But great 7 hours. Thank you again for your time, bro. For real, man. All of y'all locked and loaded. Oh, do you want me to tell you? I'll tell you. I'm already working on the Kahoot. You know that? Because I figured, I was like, how can I make this easier on myself? And I figured that if I just put Kahoot into my video editing, I could be done with the Kahoot by the time it's there. Yeah. So as I was doing yesterday's watch list, I started picking out the questions. Oh, yeah. I'm ready to go. So, yeah, here's the problem, though. I don't know what game we're going to play. I don't know. Do you guys want to see it? Let me show you, bro. Does anybody who played the game, besides Brett? Brett loved it. Brett, dude, this is, you want to know? Brett emailed me in the morning. He thought of like 5 new game ideas. He already told me the Roth IRA. He's already put in the 3,200 to work. And then I think all of y'all, bro, the next game, though, is going to be terrible. You know that? Because the next game, y'all going to fuck each other over. I already know it. After witnessing what we witnessed last time, y'all ran up the jackpot. And I just thinking.
Beautiful.
What? Look. White 4-8. Was this? That was fun, bro. I love it.
Had a rough year last year, but
yeah, look,
I don't need the 400.
But like, watch.
So I'm gonna double it.
He doubles it. And I thought about it. You know what I realized? Do you guys not realize I let y'all run with it? Because I was like, man, I should have like fought you guys a little bit. I should have let you guys like think about it a little. But y'all were so just like, y'all powered through it. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to. That's it. That was just no friction. Bro, it was great. You should watch it. Josh was offered 100. He said no. Andrew was offered 400. He said no. Or 200. He said no. Yeah, dude. Like, it was right here. You look rough. You look good. Honor. No, you were getting a little nervous. $400. And now, the highest offer of the day, Samuel. Would you like $800 right now?
Double it.
Yeah, see, he didn't even think about it. That's what I'm saying. I should have had him. And then El Coyote, bro. Because, bro, I had some people afterwards. You guys asked me for stream alerts, and you're like, yo, let me get that discount. And I'm like, bro, you could have bought like a year of it. But yeah, so here's the deal. Are you ready? I don't know what game we're going to play on Friday. So I will have a Kahoot. I might just make that the money game. Why don't we just, I could at least do that at bare minimum. I think number one on the quiz every week should at least get $100. I think that's a good one. So then that means if you watch the watch list every week and you could beat all the other Chads at the quiz, you should at least get $100 a week to gamble at minimum. So at minimum, I could offer you that. I think that could be a good one. Because, yeah, I think, Connor, you should have got a W from there. But I did want to see what you guys were going to do. But I do want to think of a game. Because, like I said, as long as we, we could have some fun. And I want a good game, though. I want a really good game. But I think another one, we could do it pretty much double it or the next one, but questions. That's what Brett emailed me. So the winner from the last game, he emailed me. And he said we could do one where we do it where it's like kind of like Kahoot questions, but then it's double it or keep going. So then that way you answer one question. Let's say you get $20. Then you have to go to the next question. You either double it or walk. Double it or walk. And then, yeah. Ta-da. But either way, we have a week to decide. You'll still have a quiz. I don't think we're going to have a live watch list tonight. But the watch list will be on this channel. So, I mean, you will need a membership. Even if you didn't, you weren't going to watch it anyway. So don't act outraged. It's okay. But I love you all. And I think that is our day. I'm going to go proceed to the gym. I got a lot of energy. I have a lot of energy. It's kind of wild. That's what I'm saying. So I need to move around a little bit. We'll get it going. But God bless you. Thank you for your time and for being here. I hope you stay focused. And I hope you stay willing and don't waste your time. And make sure you don't get caught up fighting battles that aren't yours, my friend, okay? That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. But, Chad, take that one to the bank. And don't forget the reason why all of this is here, baby. Why, baby? Why? Oh. Finger to the sky, baby. To God be the glory, and through the grace of God alone. Amen. Amen. Oh. So, Chad, I love you. God bless you and America. I don't think Besson, I don't see him here. I don't want to wait too long. I'll wait. I'll be in the gym by the time, if there is anything. So, I'll see you there. And God bless you, Chadadonia. Enjoy your evening. I will see you, God willing, tonight and in the morning. You pass this every 60s. Let's go, baby. Good work. But I'll see y'all in the evening. Have a good one. And peace. Yeah. Hey, like peace in the Middle East? No. Send them more weapons. Come on. Screw Donald Trump. It's too quiet. Everyone said Donald Trump's the president. Today felt like I was president. You know, fucking headlines. Come on. I need a fucking headline. Come on, give me a fucking daily strike. Come on. Why are you so bored? Fucking, what do you mean, 1%? Give me 5%. Fuck that. I tell you, sometimes you gotta be flexible. Sometimes boring is good, slow is fast. Fast is smooth. Is that how it goes? I don't know. He's gonna be rich. You're gonna be a rich guy. Wesley Hunley. Wow, what a name. I like that name, Hunley. Wow. You're tall. You sound like you're tall. That's a tall guy name. Wesley. Like Wesley Snipes. Josh Snipes. He snipes the option chain. He told you he won't battle today. They scammed you. Out the money. Out of money turned into out of money. Look at that. Anyways, have a good day. Goodbye. Exactly. I don't even know what to say. You have a wonderful evening. Go for a jog or something. I don't know. And get a long term. Exactly. I reclaim my time. Have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.